Lady Genevieve Fontaine, her last words she utters are, "I have lived my entire life for the beast." And everyone's kind of perplexed by this phrase. I mean, this is like, this kind of high-class old lady, what's she saying? This isn't something normal. Although there are some whispers in the family, some may know something of it, but generally most people are confused. One of the family members approaches your group, having heard of your all's exploits, and kind of secretly slipping you a map and being like, "Hey, I heard about Lady Genevieve's, I know a little bit more about her than most of the family members. I think you might find this of interest. If you all are willing to check this out, it's a map that leads to this village, quite on the outskirts of this continent. And if you all are willing to walk out and kind of check out what's there, I think you might find the answer she was talking about in her last dying words. And if you all kind of scope it out and figure out what the heck she was talking about, then I'll reward you each with 1,000 GP. I won't lie to you, I have a kind of vague understanding of what this village is. It's an isolated village. Hardly anyone goes there. It's kind of almost like a port, a kind of village in the mountains, the last stop before just the utter wilderness of the land envelops everything else. But if you go there and you kind of figure out what she's talking about and kind of confirm my suspicions, I'll pay you each 1,000 gold pieces. And this fellow's name is Jacob Fontaine. He's kind of one of the nephews of Lady Genevieve. You can ask him a few more questions, of course, if your characters have any particular questions. But I will say he won't know necessarily a great amount of additional information other than what he's given you now. He vaguely knows about Lady Genevieve's connection to this mysterious town, sort of on the outskirts of the continent where civilized land starts to end. And he has some suspicions about what might be there, but it's just kind of just vague rumors and ideas. But if anyone has anything they'd like to ask of him, that would be kind of the time.
But Totha will his eyes bulge at the him saying 1,000 gold pieces. He's like, "Oh yes, this is excellent." So he certainly he's nodding along as he's talking, and he just so what do you say? It's a town. Does he know the name of the town?
Sure, absolutely. And he would say, the name of the town is kind of Red Peak Village. He would just describe it, if you look on, it's kind of funny, he would say, if you look on most maps, it's not even there, but, even on the rare occasional map that you'll find, maybe from some really skilled cartographer or some sort of aristocrat's collection, you'll see it's right there at the very edge of the western edge of the map, right before the great forest kind of envelops the land and where no civilization goes. So Red Peak Village is the name. It's the top of a mountain, which, as you all may be able to tell by the background, is kind of enveloped in this red aura.
That is funny, because before this I was thinking, oh, my guy Totha would be from the Red Plains, but can I change it to Red Peaks? No,
absolutely.
Because he's a barbarian. Would he have, he lives presumably outside the main,
right.
civilization. Has he heard of the town?
He's definitely heard of it. I would say Red Peak and kind of like the Red Aura Mountains. There's a bunch of little villages scattered along the way there, so it's not just Red Peak Village, but Red Peak Village is kind of the one at the peak of the mountain, as the name suggests, and kind of the last stop before you just enter complete wilderness and an uncivilized land. So he's definitely heard of it. He might even visit it. Who knows? On occasion. Not many people go there except
perhaps it's a Conan kind of vibe where that's where he was originally born, and through one circumstance or another, he was pulled away and grew up most of his time away from it, kind of a thing. And so he has a vague recollection of something or other up there, but it's not really in his mind.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
And
I'm hoping that we can also, I know all of us, we've kind of have a bit of a shady past. I'm hoping that potentially we could also clear our names. I don't mind taking a pay cut if you're able to also do that for us.
If you could just keep my name out of these things, that would most certainly help. But I have my own prices beyond gold.
But Jacob just kind of smiles and starts kind of twiddling a gold chain between his fingers, and he, like a necklace hanging from his neck, and he goes, "Well, we can definitely do something like that. The Fontaine names goes quite far across these lands, but you have to survive first. I'm sure you already know, Red Peak Village being on the edge of civilization, just getting there itself can be difficult, and, well, that village is unusual to say the very least. They don't really like outsiders."
Good to know. Thank you.
What kind of people exist in this town? After all, we're going into a dangerous, unknown area. For all we know, we're walking into hordes of other individuals that could mean us harm just for the sheer fact that we're entering their area. It would be good to know what kind of people these are.
Wreck Peak Village
Yes.
typically brings two people: those who want to make some sort of great fortune, bringing kind of valuables to that area that are not easily found, so merchants who are willing to make the risky trip, and those who want to be forgotten, ex-cons and adventurers and vagabonds, and just those who may want to start over, but just barely out of the long reach of the law, so to speak. It's kind of a last stop before someone has to completely abandon themselves to the wilderness.
And how far is the trip? Do we know?
Yeah, let's find out, actually. Go ahead and roll right now. I thought I had a dice roll challenge. Go roll in general. Okay. Wait, I do have a dice roll. Whatever, I'll just roll in general. Looks like it's like about 4 days to get there. So nothing too crazy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, that works well.
He
Since
explains about 4 day
of
trip
rations.
here. There you go. So yeah, he was playing, about 4 days trip. The way is a bit perilous, but it's not entirely uncharted. Like I said, some brave merchants do go out that way to trade their valuables, and some those who kind of want to lose their past go that way too. So the way is charted, just a bit perilous.
Ah, okay.
Okay. And he would just kind of say one more thing to you. He goes, Red Peak Village is an odd place. Truthfully, as you may know, and he points to your character, Steve, the barbarian. As you may know, in the Red Peak Mountains, at the very top of the mountains, the light never truly fades. Even at night, there's a strong red aura that cascades the sky, and the land, even at night, never sees true darkness, but almost kind of bathed in eerie light. I suspect there's always been something odd with that village, and I suspect also that Lady Fontaine's words probably relate to something in the village, but I do not know other than maybe something ominous. I know she did visit there with a surprising amount of frequency with someone with her background. She's an aristocrat. She's not a trader. She's not someone who wants to necessarily, start a new life over as a ex-convict or as a adventurer looking to make a new name for themselves. So it's quite odd she visited there. I'm not sure why she would go to such an ominous location, so frequently.
How known is this Lady Fontaine? Is she just, we've met her and that's it? Or is she like a well-known individual that like everyone knows and there's a lot of known about her?
People know her by name. Very few have actually met her. She's kind of more of a private person, but she was really well known because within the current area you all are in, her husband owned kind of all the ore mines and all kind of a lot of local industry, so to speak of. So she was just known for her sheer wealth and influence. They say the king rules the land, but really it was the Fontaines who probably ruled with almost equal power just due to the wealth and influence. Lady Fontaine was very private, but people would catch glimpses of her occasionally at the market. Everyone wanted to be her friend. But that's,
so
kind of...
At best, she was really only known as the individual through her husband.
Yes, for the most part. She did do some things on her own, of course, but it was really...
Well, I just meant
just
like
kind of
no one knew her from before, period.
Mm-hmm.
For all we know, she's directly connected, and she just happened to marry this guy.
Right. Well, her own family was pretty well off too, but yes, I mean,
okay.
She's made for influence and wealth. Those two things, really.
Now, when she went visiting, did she go with her husband or with her bodyguard or something? Or we don't know. Or Jacob doesn't know.
Well, that's quite the strangest thing, to be honest. She only started going after her husband passed away. And she would go with a large contingent of bodyguards.
Oh, okay.
Is she known to
usually
associate
about
with
once a month.
religious in the area or from here?
Well, not that we're aware of, but Lady Fontaine was very private. If she had any particular beliefs, maybe, of course, like anyone else, she gave lip service to Argosa, attended daily rituals within our town. But aside from that, she was a pretty private person.
And I'd like to do some sort of roll to look at her trappings, or when we were around her and talking to her.
Looking to her, what, sir?
That might have some sort of symbolic suggestions, whether it be clothes, pendants.
Right. Okay, you can do a
whatever.
general. I'm trying to think. It'll probably be based in perception. Maybe something to that effect. A perception roll via detection. You can do that as well.
Okay. Does it show what I roll? Or maybe... Oh, never mind.
Albert, yeah. It's
That's
showing.
different.
That's 17.
No,
So,
I was
unfortunately-
sitting there hovering. I was like, oh, you didn't have to.
Yeah.
What's your perception at?
failure.
I'm guessing it does not pass though.
No, it's a 10. No, but before it just, you clicked it and it rolled. This, you have
Right.
to click the roll, actually. With
Right.
sitting there hovering, I'm like,
I think it's for so that you can roll multiple dice if you'd like.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very different from what it was before, so.
I actually haven't played
So,
an Albert before.
unfortunately,
Yeah.
I like Albert a lot. Just
Very
kind of
straightforward.
simple and
That's nice,
straightforward.
yeah.
So you can't recall anything that immediately comes to mind. But with
So
that
do we
being
need a
said,
guide,
Jacob,
JD? Do we need a guide to get to
What
this
is capable
town or where? Okay, it's charted or whatever. We just have to.
it's pretty.
Take the
I mean, it's charted well enough.
Yep.
Of course, if you have any gold left over, you're welcome to hire any hirelings. And I hate ads. But other than that, you would know the way there, especially you, Steve. You know, kind of being
Okay,
from the general
yep.
region.
I got wilderness lore as well, so I think. So, yeah, I do. So he's not too bad at. We should be right getting there. Then it sounds like. I mean, in
Yeah.
terms of just finding the place, yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, I think you'd be good. Okay. With that being said, is everyone kind of ready to go ahead and proceed?
I think so.
Sure am.
Okay, so let's go ahead and see. You all begin your journey on the first day. Let me go ahead and make a travel event roll to see if anything occurs. Okay. Let's see that animal. Ranger beast campaign. Oh, okay. This is a bit unfortunate. Okay, so I'm gonna make an additional roll, and we'll do it like this: 1 is Steve, 2 is Karfumble, 3 is Flyguy. I'm gonna do this effect. If it's 4, I'll just re-roll it. It's a 4. I'll re-roll.
Oh, of course.
It's never a good sign when the
One.
GM says this is unfortunate.
Yeah. Okay, so
Oh,
one
it's me.
Steve. Unfortunately, your
You didn't
character
get beaten
suffers
first
an
time, right?
injury. Let's go ahead and while traveling, so let's go ahead and roll on the injuries and setback table.
Oh,
All I remember is my first game playing on this past thing, and I got
Mhm.
eaten the very first
Oh, yeah.
roll in combat.
Yeah.
So, it's all good.
You got lucky, Steve. So, Steve, during the first day of travel, you all are walking by. It seems to me like there's a kind of a root or something, or maybe something in the ground. And as you're walking, you just trip over and completely eat it, fall down kind of the side of a hill.
oof.
And the party kind of comes to look at you, but you just suffer from a minor scar. Thankfully, as a result
Oh,
of
excellent. Yeah, I
kind of-
see.
kind of
Okay.
your fall. Yeah.
He's-
So
You okay there, Totha?
yeah, he just sort of rubs it. He's got some cut across his chin now because he struck the. As he's rolling down the mountain, he somehow struck his chin. So he just sort of wipes the blood away and says, no problem, let's keep moving. Bloody root. And as he
Okay.
goes up and finds that root, actually, he gets his axe out and he hacks it away so that it's a bit safer for the next traveler.
So, as your character kind of, it's away at the root, he notices something, a kind of a glimmering under the root, Steve, and it looks like there's almost like a shining under the ground, almost like a metallic type of shining under the root as soon as he hacks it away,
Ooh,
or
well,
like almost like a glint.
he bends down there and rips it up properly so he can see what it is.
Okay, and let me take a look here, real quick. So actually, it's an odd item he finds, and let's see exactly what it is that was glimmering that he found. Let me make another roll here real quick. It looks like he as your character kind of goes to the ground, finding that glistening image, he finds 3 small crystal vials of what appear to be blood. They're marked with these druidic signs for sun, beastman, and bird.
Ooh. All right. Well, he drags them out of the ground and
You would have done it.
he's not sure what to do with them. Actually, he looks at Maarik and says, well, maybe you can make some use of these. I don't know. And he offers them to Maarik. He's suspicious.
I'd like to make an
He's suspicious.
independent roll for
Okay,
identifying them.
Yeah, do you have arcane lore? That'd probably be the skill to base
I
off
do.
of.
I've been
Okay.
waiting for this.
Okay. Go ahead and do an
Roll
check.
with disadvantage.
Oh yeah.
No,
I forgot about
I'm
that.
just going to try and play this up as much as I can.
Okay.
18 into 3.
oh.
Oh, these
Oh.
are so sacred. We can't possibly use them right now.
Yeah, so you can't quite make out what they are, but you know, if your curse suggests, maybe he finds them so sacred, he just wants to hold on to
exactly
them.
what they are. I just have no clue what they actually are.
Yeah.
I just think for sure that they're one thing and they're clearly not. Everyone else is going like, is this supposed to be the guy that knows everything and he's getting it all wrong? I don't know what he's talking about.
Sacred vials. I'm sure we can trade them later. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Well, they're far too valuable to just trade with any individual. These are innate runic things we'll need to prescribe ink.
How much would you say they're worth?
Oh, to the right person, they're invaluable.
Wow.
It is truly a lucky day.
Do you think we should all carry one for like good luck?
Oh,
Yeah, there are 3. That's true.
We do have 3.
Oh, well, I don't know about Totha. I mean, he did fall.
True.
That, but,
Totha's very suspicious of it, so he's happy to let you guys sort out who carries which.
Dawn's gonna definitely carry one for some good luck charms.
Which one are you carrying? Just one with the symbol of
he can't read anything really, so he's gonna just carry whichever one looks fanciest.
Try the one with the bird on it.
Okay, sounds great.
Okay.
and I will just, I'm expertly folding them and protecting them like these, these finely archaic things, and stashing them for later in hopes of maybe using my sacred arts to produce something of such ability that they're just going to totally be revered by my fellow magic users, even though they're probably like, yeah, it was just I had these empty vials, I collected this blood. I don't know, we'll maybe get a couple copper for them, but
Okay. So just really quickly here, I did not do an initial travel roll for the first thing. I figured just leaving the town and entering the wilderness, but starting tomorrow we'll start doing travel rolls as well too.
Can we also search for scavenge for wildlife and stuff?
Yes, I'll allow you to do that tonight if you wish. I guess what I should have said is I'll allow travel rolls tonight. I just figured leaving the town initially, there wouldn't be too much of a need.
Yeah,
So-
we're probably leaving on a road, and it should be fairly easy going until we get to more off-beaten paths. We're going to have to start going overland, maybe.
Okay, so it will be night now. Let's take a look over here. So I know some people. Well, I guess before maybe we touch upon night. You want to scavenge? Is that right, Karfumble?
I was actually going to ask Totha to do that because I don't think I'm actually trained very well in the old outdoors thing.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
Would you let your character do that? Yeah. Okay, you can do a wilderness lore check. I mean, is wilderness lore based on interperception? Now I forget.
I think it's
Or is it
actually
one or the other?
intelligence, which he's not too bad. He's
Right.
got 10.
Okay. All right, you can go ahead and do a wilderness lore check, which is based on
Cool.
intelligence. So
can you
just
guys see
based on
that?
I suppose.
It's 8.
Yep.
So when I roll it, I can see it in the dice tray.
Right.
But when you guys roll it, it pops up in my bottom right corner.
Exactly.
Right, that's really cool, eh? Yeah, I like.
Although I didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did miss that one though. Which one was? What was your result?
An 8. So that's good because his
so-
intelligence is 10 plus 1 for the skill, so he made it.
I'm a terrible failure. You seem to sleep poisonous. Okay.
Brutal.
Okay. So are you gathering? So you do gather enough. You have regular success, as far as I can tell. So you gather enough for one person. I guess you can choose either yourself, Steve, or Karfumble, or Flyguy. One of you don't have to use rations for the night.
Okay. Yep. Oh well. Well, I don't really mind. So we've just got a spare one.
Okay. Right.
Roll a 1d6 and divide by half.
Oh, yep. Okay. Here we go.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So you got to do 2 clicks to roll, don't you? Because you click the thing and then you got to press roll as well. Anyway, number 3. So that would be. Who's number 3?
Could just go on the line here. We go. That's you.
I think I did reverse basically. So I did you 1, Karfumble 2, Flyguy 3.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, I would just say, I need to perform holy rites to attune to my magics. I can't partake of food right now. I must center myself.
Okay. So I guess you give the Karfumble.
No, Don, you can have the free ration. You have it. Okay, that's fine. All right, at least it did something useful aside from fall over. Oh no, well we found the sacred bloody vials, didn't we? So.
This is disgrace! disgraceful, my lord. All of these are obviously fake.
Yes.
But how will people be able to tell the difference between these and the real relics?
But they won't. That's the point.
Yeah, we found sacred relics.
Yeah, the gods are smiling upon you. Your gods, not mine, since they hurt my chin.
Does anyone want to do any sort of other travel roll at the end of the day before we figure out
What is it
watch?
based on? Just
It depends. There's a few here. There's guide, there's scout, lookout. It depends on what you're doing, basically. I mean, some of them are based on int, some of them are based on strength. For example, support is based on strength, but it's for people who are over encumbered who have mobility kind of related injuries. Lookouts based on perception, so just kind of what you want to do. Forager, for example, based on
What
int.
page is this again?
Sure, so it's page 135.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
some
don't think I'm going to do anything. I'll just read this up.
Yeah, some stuff is not really that.
Sorry, what were you saying, Steve?
I was just going to say, some's not really, like, support is not really much use unless you've got someone who's injured.
Right.
And then the Skycaller thing is for somebody who's got divine law. Like, not all of them are all that useful all the time, you know what I mean? Just depends on what's going on.
Right. And if you all don't want to do anything, we just kind of figure out setting up watch or something.
So do you need the skill to do these? Like,
fairly,
Only if it's
if
got
for-
an asterisk. If it hasn't got an
Okay.
asterisk next to the skill, anyone can do it, but you, know,
Okay.
you get the benefit if...
okay.
So I sort of had in mind that most of the times when people are traveling, they'd be like, someone would be the guide if they need to, just to find the way.
Mhm.
But if you know how to get there, it doesn't really matter. And then generally people would either be like a lookout or a scout, like if someone wants to scout ahead,
Yeah.
or foraging, which is basically what my guy just did. And then quartermaster is you can kind of, you know, you're looking for good camp spots and can reduce the chance of a night encounter. But everything's got a little sort of risk attached to it. So if you try something, you could end up, well, lookout doesn't really, but a few, I don't know. But there is a risk attached to some of the things. Like with forager, you can, if you roll really poorly, you end up eating something poisonous. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'll try the quartermaster thing.
Okay.
See how that
What do you want
goes.
to do you have leadership? Or
I don't have leadership, but I have a pretty high charisma, 15.
go ahead and do charisma. Let's see what
So
happens.
did that roll for you guys?
I haven't seen it yet if it did.
Okay.
I heard it, but
You know, it still has the hidden or shown aspect under the thing. So
okay.
Oh,
I will
you know, I
re-roll that.
realized too, you can change the color of your die if
Did
you
that
press the big
show?
button.
Hidden roll? No, it's a hidden roll.
I didn't see it, but if you know how you have the die box open kind of. Oh, there we go. Now show.
Okay.
3. Ooh, that's a great success.
Wow.
I just realized I can change the color of my die too.
yeah, I just
Yeah,
changed
my
it to
first roll was a 9, but so whatever
9
works.
and yours 15. I'm pretty sure.
It's still it's not a great success, I don't
Right.
think. I think 9
Okay.
is not a great success.
Right.
Charisma. Yeah, 7's great success. Oh well.
Sure. Okay. Well, you are successful in finding a pretty good spot. It's not like a really amazing spot, but it's a good enough spot. You'll be a bit safe. Safe for the night. It's not too bad at all.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now I have one quick question, Steve.
Yeah.
Do you only get the benefit with a great success?
Yeah, for that one it is. So sometimes there's.
Okay.
I mean, obviously the GM can make their own
Sure.
ruling on it, but the major benefit I thought I should be restricted to great successes.
Anyway, you do find a good spot, but nothing that's apparently really amazing or anything. Okay, let's go ahead and kind of deal with night. What is everyone doing now for the night watch?
Well, Totha's happy to take one of the watches.
So-
So, I mean, assuming there's
Okay.
two sort of
Yeah.
split watches.
So is Dawn.
Okay.
Yeah, my best ability is such I can see in the dark to a certain extent, so I would
Right.
have a certain amount of benefit, even if I'm not the strongest of fighter/defenders at night. So that might be someone that needs a little more on one end or the other to get better. At any rate, if we wanted
Okay.
to divide it up evenly.
It looks like generally there's maybe one or two players nominated who's on Center Duty. Well, the others are. It generally seems like there's one or two maybe who. So I'll allow 2 to take the night watch, like split in half. But I don't think in other words, the night watch is from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. I can see like 2 people may swing at that time, but 3, maybe not necessarily.
Okay. Oh, well,
so-
Totha, sleep then. He's a big boy.
Well, what's
He needs
our-
stressed.
Okay. Okay.
Who
So-
are you calling big boy?
No,
All right, so
I'm a
who's
big
going?
boy, yeah.
Yeah. So, all right. So, Karfumble, do you want to go first for the first half of the watch?
Sure thing. So it's just a d20 and
Well, for the night encounter, I'm looking here. The only thing is, so Karfumble, your character, he stays up, and I'm not gonna, but he does close his eyes, just for a second, just maybe during a blink, or maybe just shutter his eyes just for a second. And when he does, you kind of see the vial, kind of in your kind of the vial for a second, and then you see the image of a bird, and it leaps out at you, and you just awaken all of a sudden, kind of shocked.
I will probably let out a small yelp. What was that? Dawn has always been a bit scared of magic, so ever since his encounter with a recent witch that added him in jail, so he's kind of a bit less happy about these files of blood now.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to actually do anything about it yet.
I'm going to go ahead and start the next day. Steve, did you want to roll for a guide kind of check
Oh, yeah,
for the day, or a scout or something?
Yep. Oh, yeah, he's happy to do guide. Okay.
Okay. I will say you guys generally know the way, but just make sure you don't take a random path or fail.
It's a fail.
Okay. So we'll see what happens.
I've got to reroll because he's got
Okay.
because he's skilled in wilderness law. Oh no, sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
Wait a minute. I get advantage because I'm a barbarian. Of course. Let's go again.
Yes.
Hang on.
About that.
Try again. Oh yes, that's much better.
That's much better.
Yeah. Great success.
Let's see. On great
Talking
success,
about two extremes.
you make good time, the equivalent of 1 bonus watch. Excellent. Okay. You may.
Oh, it just means
One
we can
bonus
move a
watch
bit quicker or whatever. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay, that sounds good. I'll factor that in as you all travel for today. So let me go ahead and do a really quick roll right here. Steve, I'm gonna go ahead and since you did such a good job guiding, I'm going to. There's gonna be a random encounter, but I'm gonna allow you to have a little bit of kind of. Pretty much, you'll see the encounter coming rather than be a complete surprise or having to roll anything for it. So as you all are walking, you see 3 sentient oozes kind of start seeping from some of the rocks nearby. Actually, forgive me, not oozes, but sort of, they're kind of the equivalent of oozes, but they're these giant kind of fleshy block creatures that have some ooze going down them. If here's one of them, for example, you see 3 of them. They're kind of walking around the forest, and they do have some ooze-like properties. They're also kind of solid and fleshy. Let's call them, I don't know, flesh walkers. Maybe that'd be a more appropriate name. See 3 of these flesh walkers.
What's that one Newtonian fluid?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that it moves just fine until it receives an impact, then it's solid.
So before we get into combat, can I ask, because I know both of us have Rune Smith as the unique feature, were we able to inscribe anything before this adventure happened? Because I think it takes a month or so to inscribe.
I'll say yes.
How many? Because I just want to take out my con, because I think you lose one con every time you have one.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to. I remember you posted. I just forgot to.
All good.
Let's find out. Actually, just 1.
Okay, nice. I am going to randomize which one I have.
Okay.
Okay.
I was gonna say, because Steve, thanks to his guide check, you guys kind of see the ooze monsters walking ahead of you, so you aren't in combat just yet per se. They're kind of the flesh monster is kind of like shambling about ahead of you, and you do have some. You might be able to take some action in regards to them. You can try to evade them, for example, or you can try to get the jump on them.
I reckon,
perhaps.
Unless they we can see some kind of treasure dripping off them. I reckon we just try and slip away and let them go by. That's what Totha's like. Totha's like looking for somewhere to hide.
Okay, that sounds good. I'll let you, since you're kind of the guide here, I'll let you make the check, Steve. Do you have stealth? If not, just make a dex check.
Yep.
Related to your attempts to kind of evade them.
Okay, here we go.
So you're able to get back. You're able to stealthily evade them just fine. You kind of see these flesh mounds kind of walking by. One of them eats a bird and kind of spits it up, and then it just kind of goes shambling, kind of on the side of the mountain. And that's it. It looks like you all managed to keep on moving. Yeah.
I mean, enough Maarik has this kind of like longing look on his face, like such wonders I could have created with such materials.
We'll find something else to make that up, And hey, we got these
I've got
weird
this idea
things
for
of
this
blood.
other room I could inscribe, but I just need the right material. But sadly, I haven't found it yet.
Maarik, just focus on the gold. 1,000 gold. Come on.
Gold is nothing. It's all about.
Guy, could you make a quick will check for me, please?
Sure. This could be bad.
Uh-oh.
Oh wow.
It's actually that's a great success, actually.
So you feel, for a second, you feel kind of almost a wave of nausea coming over you, and you feel the vials kind of in your possession, kind of almost like bubbling a little bit, but you're able to quickly shake off the feeling. No issues at all. Although, obviously, the bubbling vials in your presence might cause some questions for you. I'll say that much.
Makes sense, since I totally misread what the hell they are and what they do.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and jump into the night here. Does anyone want to take any actions for the night, or I guess any additional travel actions for the remainder of the day, for that matter?
Well, Totha was the guide, so he's basically done his...
135. He's done.
Well, I mean, the general's intended to be that you just do like one thing for that day, like you're the guide or you're the lookout or whatever. Yeah.
I guess
I just necessarily each person is taking their own what they're doing. It's one thing is being done in any one time block.
I was just kind of imagining Toph being like, "My work for the day is done," and just kind of relax.
Yeah, well, that's exactly right.
That's what I was imagining.
he needs his rest.
He spotted the walkers. What else does he have to do for you people? Come on.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll try doing that quartermaster check again.
Okay, go for it. Is that a
Did
regular
not
fail?
Succeed. No, that's a success still.
Okay.
Regular success, so nothing happened again.
Okay, nothing happened. Is there anything you'd like to do, Flyguy?
I guess I will just make a general will save again for a Skycaller. Maybe I can divine some weather pattern that might on the upcoming. And I did not succeed.
You didn't fail either, though, right? You didn't offend the local nature spirits, right?
I did not have a terrific failure or whatever. I just did not pass.
Okay, good.
I just was unable to decipher anything from the weather.
The gods are silent. Okay. Who's taking watch tonight? I'll say it'll have to be someone besides Karfumble, since he did last night.
I'll take watch.
Okay.
Oh yeah, Totha will take watch.
Alright, let me go. Alright, cool. Okay, let's go with Flyguy first, and we have Toph take watch next night. Sound good, Steve? Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. Okay, looks like there probably will be a night encounter of some sort. Maarik, he hears like this unearthly scream from a scorn. It sounds like a scorn scream, and he kind of look over. Let's imagine there's kind of like a ledge or maybe like a little hilltop, and you kind of like peer over, and you see. Let's see how many giant scorpions there are.
Happy now?
Oh shit.
Oh, it's just one. You just see one giant scorpion kind of tearing apart a scorn. He tears his arm off and his head, and he just starts feasting on it. Could you quickly make a dex roll for me also, please? Let's do a dex luck base roll, actually.
That's a success.
Okay. Reduce your luck by 1. So you manage to look over and peer, and the scorpion does not notice you. He's too busy eating the scorn and devouring its guts. But what would Maarik like to do now? The scorpion's not too far from your camp. If there's a chance it might just eat the scorn and go on its way, or there's a chance it might accidentally stumble across you all. So what would you like to do now? I would say it's about 20 feet away. So I guess that would be, using the new terminology, would that be near, Steve? 20 feet?
Yeah, close. Close up to 30 foot. It's like
okay.
It's in the sort of 30 feet, and then beyond that, up to 60 feet or so is far, and then beyond that is very far. So it's
gotcha.
Pretty flexible.
So it'd be close.
I would just have my staff on hand and ready should I need to use it, but I just keep vigilant at this point. And
let me see something here real quick. Ooh, okay. So funny enough, it's not going to pass your camp. You see it drag the body. It just barely skitters on the outskirts of your camp and just barely misses noticing the camp and kind of scurries on his way for the night.
Again, this kind of wistful look, a little bit like yet another chance for harvesting materials is gone.
So
we got some poison off that beastie.
So Donoso and Totha, you would wake up and you would just see kind of like the blood trail, like the scorn being dragged across the ground. There's just like a bloody streak right along the borders of your camp where the scorpion just dragged the poor scorn back to its lair.
Did you have an accident here, Maarik?
No, I thought I was going to have a potential donor, but sadly it took its meal and went on its way.
Huh.
Toth just shakes his head.
Does Totha want to be the guide for today?
Yes, yeah, he's good at it. That's fine. Okay.
Okay, go ahead and make a roll, please.
Alright, here we go. Oh, no!
This
Wait,
is
with
the third
advantage.
day.
With advantage. Hang on, go again. Oh, he's
With
fails.
advantage.
Hang
Oh,
on.
it's not good either?
I will use a reroll. Hang on.
Okay.
Because he's
go ahead.
got the wilderness loss skill, so he can roll. Come on. Yes, he just
Okay, that's much better.
just scrapes in an ordinary success.
That was an
Bloody hell.
expensive search.
Let's not get
I was
lost.
about to use a bardic inspiration on that too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
If needed.
Now, is that expenditure of skill, or is that a spell?
I'm sorry, what?
In this instance, bardic inspiration.
Yeah, it'd be
That's just a skill, right?
yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Totha, after getting his bearings, does manage to kind of guide the way and get everyone moving on the way just fine for the day. And let's see what happens today, if anything. I think this one already happened. 17, I'm not mistaken. I think I know what it is. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna go again. 1 is Steve, 2 is Karfumble, 3 is Flyguy. I'll re-roll any 4s. 1 is Steve.
Nice.
Just taking all of
Hey,
it.
Steve, you're a bit of a klutz, I have to say. Unfortunately.
On the other foot.
Oh my god. Okay, so what have I done to myself this time?
Did you have too much to
He's
drink
got
last
a-
night? Did Totha have too much to drink last night?
I think he did. He must have. Oh, this looks bad.
Oh, can you make a luck con save, please?
Oh god. There we go.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. Oh yes, he made it.
Oh,
Okay.
that's good.
I'll reduce my luck.
Okay, reduce your luck by 1. You, again, another route, perhaps. You just trip, and you start eating it, kind of just falling down the hillside, kind of like before. And as you're you're about to hit a thorn bush, and in fact, your eye is about to kind of be pierced by kind of one of the thorns in the thorn bush. But luckily, it does hit kind of your eye, but doesn't pluck it out, so to speak. So you don't lose your eye.
Oof.
But if you have any kind of attacks today, you know what you can imagine. You know how, like, for example, boxers, they get cut above the eye, they bleed,
Yes,
and they
yes.
can't like punch as well.
Yep.
Kind of that sort of situation, basically.
Okay.
So right now, so for the remainder of the day.
Oh my god.
So for
Alright.
actually no, oh no, I'm sorry. It heals in 8 weeks, so you just have the situation for the remainder of the event.
Alright. Oh, so that's the eye injury, right? What were you talking about?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Exactly.
Alright, I'm writing it on my sheet. 33 miss chance. Oh, Jesus Christ. But at least he didn't
Attack,
lose his eye. Okay, so this bloody...
Yeah.
What, like he falls into a effing thorn bush, tears his face up, which is already pretty bad, by the way, because he's got his chin scar, and now he's taking his eye out. not out.
Yeah.
He's damaged it, or whatever. It's
I'm gonna have one more-
okay.
Okay,
Ah.
so I think
Thing
we do
happening.
have
You're kind of tangled in the thorn bush. I'll have to get someone to kind of help pull you out because you're kind of, if you can imagine, you're just kind of stuck in it as of that.
And also we'll be like, are you sure you're okay there, Totha? Did you like maybe get a little bit of hit on the
Do I
head
look
recently?
okay?
Or
I'm like,
well, no, you actually look really bad.
can you please stop
Everybody like
looking?
take
And he
a
takes off his,
flavor
like,
apothecary?
he throws off his wineskin and just chucks it on the ground.
So if someone could do a strength check and just help give Totha a hand
Okay,
up,
I will
basically.
do that.
I can do that, or
Yeah. I'll have Karfumble try and.
Oh.
Don't get more intimidating.
I think even with a bardic inspiration, that's not going to help me.
you know that's pretty bad. So you try to help him up.
Is it strength athletics? Can I use a reroll?
You can use. I'll allow you to use a reroll. Yeah, I'll allow it.
Okay, because I got a lot of rerolls. I got more than I should, I think. Okay, that's better.
Okay, so you can successfully just pull him out of the thorn bush. You know, Totha's obviously a bit bruised up and has that nasty cut around his eye, but other than that, he's okay.
Nice. Okay.
I'm gonna check for one more thing really quickly here. You guys hear something kind of shuffling in the forest, but it's not near. I would say it's very far, but you can kind of perceive the sound. It's like a kind of like a shuffling, kind of a rumbling sound from far off. Not mean to metagame, but I would suggest maybe you folks should be on your way.
I guess we go on our way then, unless Maarik wants to really find third time's the charm.
Maarik, you can sneak ahead and try and you go have a look at what it is, and if you want to, if you want to harvest from it, then you can
yes.
make the decision.
I will get any advantages on this. I will stealth forward.
Okay, you're stealth forward. Okay, go ahead and roll. Do a dex check. I usually have stealth. Obviously, you have access to the pool, but let's just do a dex check.
And that would be Pretty sure
That's
a
definitely
great success.
yeah, that's a great
actually.
success. So
yeah,
so you managed to you kind of stealth up a bit, and you see off in the distance, kind of this quite massive creature. Off, you don't see you, but you do see it, and it looks like it's sniffing the air.
Oh jeez.
Probably the scent of blood god's attention. So it's not like rushing towards your direction, but it's kind of meandering, kind of generally guiding
How
his direction,
far-
kind of like following a scent like a bloodhound. That's the best way to describe it.
how far away would you say it is in comparison?
Right. So it's probably, I would say, like 120 feet away. You can just glimpse its outline and kind of see what it's doing. But
Which
it's kind of like
direction are we going in general in comparison to where it's at?
it's off the road, so it's not following you on. It's not going the same direction on the road. It's kind of out in the
Alright.
wilderness. To the south
I
of
will
you. Yeah.
pull out one of the vials and just have it in my hand.
Okay.
And I will slowly start backing away, trying to remain stealthy. And should this thing catch our swift, and maybe we can toss a vial and draw its attention away from us, because I may want materials for harvesting, but I'm also not stupid. Well, I am stupid. I'm not that stupid.
I like the barbarian. Probably has the best chance for intelligence in our party.
Only for wilderness related stuff.
Yeah.
So that's fine. You're holding the vial and just clutching it for now, basically.
Yeah, because if it becomes necessary, maybe I can
Okay.
chuck it a different direction, and maybe, just maybe, it will be
Sure.
drawn to the blood.
I would say it's not necessary now. It's still on the trail, but I'll let you know if it gets closer or anything like that. So, you all. So let's go ahead and proceed to the night. Let's have Totha take the watch tonight, since he has not had the opportunity to do so just yet.
Righto.
And other than that, did you want to make the quartermaster roll, Karfumble?
I will do so. See if we can get any.
No. Okay.
That is a failure,
So-
but not a great failure.
Right. So you're not able to find
Terrible.
anything really for the night. Let's see. So Steve, could you make a kind of a perception check for me, please?
I surely can. Now it's at disadvantage because I've only got one eye, so 19. There you go. That's a terrible failure. Wait a minute, let me check. Yeah, it is. I'm oblivious. I have sunk in my depression, having injured my eye. I've started drinking again, and I'm drinking someone else's wineskin. And since I threw mine away, and whatever it is, I completely miss it.
So Steve, you think you hear something, and you just kind of, I guess you're drinking, and you just kind of brush it aside. Then you turn around for a second, you look back, and the jungle predator staring you right in the face.
Oh my god! What, this massive thing?
Yes, it
Holy.
seems to follow the scent of your all's blood.
Okay.
And,
Well, he just roars to wake up everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's looking,
Okay.
he's actually looking at he's looking at him.
yeah,
like, it's
it's
found
like
us.
directly in your face.
Okay. Well,
yes.
all right.
Yeah, it's like eye to eye with you.
All right. Okay. Well, if I'm not, I don't know if I'm surprised or not, but he'll roar like to wake up Maarik and
Right.
Don. And then I don't know. He scrambles around for his axe, I guess.
Right. And so, all right. So let's go ahead and roll for some initiative. Now, I did read it, but I'll admit, it's been a little bit of time. But this works just like low life. Is that right, Steve?
It's basically the same. In
initiative
fact, I tried to simplify it by just one person rolls. So somebody makes an initiative check, which is your it's the average of your dex and your intelligence. And as long as and that person rolls on behalf of the whole party. So if they succeed, we all go before the monster. And if they fail,
Excellent.
we all go after. Unless it's like a boss, in which case you need a great success or
Of course.
But it's just supposed to be the quick.
Well, Steve, since you're the night watch, I would suggest you roll for initiative.
Yep, right, okay. Oh, I make it actually. So that's an
Ooh, that's
ordinary.
pretty
That's
cool.
an ordinary success. Just.
Okay, ordinary success. It's pretty good. I will say, you probably would have needed a great success for this one.
Okay.
So he will be going first.
Okay.
And you just see this creature. He's looking directly at you, Steve. You're the one bleeding.
Yeah.
He probably followed your scent. So he just roars, kind of in your face, like directly at it. And well, let me check something really quickly. Actually, let me do one of these reaction rolls. I know he was stalking you, but let's see what his actual maybe motivations are.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
Nothing
So
good.
he wants- he's just coming to say hi, right? No, probably not.
I'll say
Let's
hi.
see. What did I roll a 4? Yeah. Yeah, he's very hostile and hungry.
Okay.
So
That's not good.
I think he wants to eat. Yeah. So he's going to go ahead and attack. Let me go ahead and do the roll really quickly. What's your AC at, Steve?
11. It's not that.
Oh, I think.
It's not too good.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's gonna hit regardless of any other
Right.
modifiers or anything I add. Okay, so let me go ahead and roll for his damage. So he comes up, he takes an absolutely massive claw, and he's gonna attempt to strike you. He's gonna try claw and bite you, I should say.
Oh god.
So first, he takes his claw and he kind of like slashes across your chest for 2 damage, and then he comes in for a bite as well for another 2 damage
Okay.
as well. And actually,
That's not too bad.
yeah, that's not bad at all. Yeah. Okay. Actually, I should have done. Actually, I think I should have done a attack roll for each separate attack, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh yeah, yeah. Normally.
So
Anyway, that's alright.
but it's all right. Okay. Yeah. So he goes ahead and does a total of 4 damage. So he kind of slashes and bites you.
I can take that.
But you're able to kind of, yeah.
Not
you're able to
bad. So
take
can
it.
I?
So
Do I get a turn now, or is it? Is that surprise thing?
It hasn't. I wouldn't say it surprised you. You can take a turn now, Steve.
All right. Well,
The only way it surprised you is that it got up to you.
Oh, actually,
Sorry,
so
go
how
ahead.
big is this guy? Because if he's
7 to 8 feet.
gigantic, is he like? I don't know. How is he? Is he 10 feet high? Is he 20 feet high, or is he just like same?
Let's
height
say
as my
8
guy
feet.
was?
No, he's not 20.
Oh, 8. Okay.
No, he's
What do you-
8.
What do you
Yeah.
think, boys? Should we just?
Think a bugbear. Pretty
We'll
much.
just fight it. I mean, well, I'll have a go at it. I don't know. He swings at it with his axe. If things get bad later, we run away.
Okay. Remember, there's a 33% chance to miss.
Oh yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I'll roll, and then if it's a hit, I'll roll to see if we.
What friend?
Right.
Actually, I should probably do the other way. Oh, it's a miss anyway. Yeah. Don't have to worry. Okay.
I fell.
Swings wildly. Miss.
Jealous husband?
I have something to sell.
Okay. So unfortunately, okay. Now we can go ahead
Good to be here.
and see.
At the end of the month?
Okay, let's go ahead with Karfumble. Does your character want to go next?
Okay. I am gonna. Sorry, I haven't really read through the combat very well.
No worries.
So, is it this basically? It's very similar to LFG where.
Oh yeah.
It's basically-
If I can I be. Yeah, basically, I'm going to be equipping my 2 axes and charging at the guy
Right.
to attack. So I'm going to be rolling with 1 attack and then another one with disadvantage, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. That's my first attack. 10 plus 3, so that's 13. And then my second attack is going to be a 12 plus 3, so that's a 15.
Pretty good.
Well, plus. So I'm sorry. Your first attack was a 13. Your second one was what?
What?
15. Second one was a 15.
Okay, those both hit. You want to go ahead and roll the damage?
Okay, so that's 1d6 plus 1. So I'm going to just roll both of them. So that's
9 damage in total. That's pretty
9.
good, actually.
Actually, it's 11 damage.
Ah,
in total.
11
I have
damage,
I have a
Wow, that's actually, that's actually
1
pretty
strength,
good.
yeah. 1
Let me do
strength.
something here real quick. Figure something out here.
Good job, Bard.
Okay. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, can you tell me how much damage you did? 11 damage? Okay. So
Yeah,
what
so
were
that's 2 attacks plus 1 on each
Okay.
attack.
So what are you using to attack?
2 light axes.
Okay, so you're actually, wow, you messed this guy up. You take your 2 light axes and you slash him across the face, kind of across his chest, and he's actually pretty staggered at this point. He's kind of
I
fumbling
try
around.
and do, just because this is seems to have a lot of luck right now, can I try to do a minor exploit to get him on the ground, prone?
Yeah,
Like
sure.
maybe I'm slashing at his leg so that he falls prone?
Yeah, see, if prone might fall into more of a major.
Oh,
I'm not
okay.
sure. I'm trying to think. I'd probably roll prone as major because you're literally debilitating him for a round.
Okay. Okay, then I won't do that then. I'm gonna
Okay.
save that.
Well, Maarik, you're up.
I guess I will use my staff, swing it high with 2 hands, and try and hit this guy.
Okay, go for it.
Wow, that's
Ooh,
an
nice.
18, I guess.
Yep, you're gonna hit. Want to go ahead and roll damage?
That'd be 2 damage.
So you give him a good bop on the head, and he just kind of angry and yells at you, or roars at you. Might be a better way to put it.
Yep, then I move out of the way, kind of just like I come through, I swing, whack him on the head, and I just either am keeping going and divert or whatever.
Right. Okay. Alrighty, Steve, you want to roll for initiative again?
Well, actually, it's supposed to swap around. So because I've
Oh,
already
okay.
rolled, now
Yeah, of
someone
course.
else has to take a turn.
Karfumble, do you want to roll for initiative?
Okay, let's see. Wow.
Oh,
That's
nice.
a great success. Yeah.
I have a 9 initiative, so yeah, it is a great success.
Go ahead, Karfumble. Let's start off with you.
Okay, I am going to do something very similar to last time.
Okay.
So I'm gonna slash him down. So I'm gonna probably be positioning myself so I'm behind the guy, so I'm flanking.
Okay. Okay.
That's
so I
a
think
15 to hit for the first attack, and
Go
then another 15 to hit.
wow. Okay.
Okay, wow.
Alrighty. So can you roll your damage, please?
Damage. Ooh, that one. That's a 1, so that's a 2, and then a 5, 6. So that's a 2 and a 6, that's 8 damage.
Wow. Okay. You go ahead and you kind of again slash at him, and he roars in pain, and it's just barely still standing. It's on its last leg, so to speak.
Okay.
Alrighty. Maarik, why don't you go next?
Go ahead and do it more like a jab maneuver, since he's been just hitting the head or from behind or whatever, and I'm gonna step in and see if I can take advantage of that fact.
Ooh, that hits.
Nice.
17.
Okay, go ahead and roll your. Well, I will say I don't think it matters what damage you roll. Yes, he's gonna die.
Four.
He's gonna die. Do you want to describe how you kill him?
Basically just like a chop to the straight jab to the neck or something, as he's his head and neck is kind of exposed. I step in and just kind of jab him, and then as soon as he's down, then I will pull out a unusually weird looking knife with kind of runes along the blade, and I just start mumbling under my breath, and I just start carving the skin off.
Alrighty.
And
Well,
then just kind of rolling it up as I'm going, and then I put it in my satchel.
well, the great beast has been slain.
Oh.
Okay.
Totha's just like, what?
Is everyone okay there? It was, yeah, that is a bit strange there, Maarik.
I just have this blissful look on my face, like I'm one step closer.
I actually have this rune here from way back. I don't know. Can you tell me what it says here, Maarik? So he's I'm gonna pull out my trinket. It has
this, like complete like stagic visage on my face, like, but of course.
It's gonna have a rune of the silent shroud. It's gonna be that's the spell I rolled on.
It actually is, but you're not 100%.
I don't know. I don't know as character. But
okay, well, I score a 15 on
You make it.
that, which technically my score is exactly 15.
Yeah, you make it.
So I was like, it eluded me for a little bit, but I explain it is a shroud of sorts. It will most assuredly help us in this endeavor.
Huh.
And I explain what I know of it. The higher score tells me that it's kind of like I don't really know all of what it can do. Maybe I just have a briefest understanding that yes, I've seen this like once before, and further inspection might be necessary to grasp the deeper meanings. But surely, this great artifact will heal you in some way.
Interesting. Yeah, I got this from a witch a while back. She showed me how to do 3 different of these kind of little markings, and she never really told me exactly what they were for before the authorities came. So, I kind of always been wondering what this is.
Blade, and I show, and you see this like runic etchings on the hilt of my blade. That maybe it's a little more I don't want to say archaic, but rustic looking. But they're heavy, they're deep, and ingrained in the lashings on the hilt. He's like, yes, this blade was handed down to me by the one that taught me my craft.
Oh, so mine was tattooed right here, and he'll roll up his sleeve to show his upper forearm with tattoos of 3 different runes. He doesn't actually know what any of them mean, but if you would roll if you as a magic user would know that it's Witchblade, Undead Servant, and
intent.
Yeah, it's Witchblade, Undead Servant, and Silent Shroud are the 3 runes that I would know.
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, but wait a minute. Half-scorns have disadvantage on intelligence rolls. So,
Okay.
luckily,
So-
Steve was kind enough to exclude casting
Well, I actually didn't think of that, and then it popped up. So this is why this playtesting is so awesome, because I can fix those things.
Yeah, but
Because of course in LFG there was no
because
spellcasting roll, so you didn't have to worry. But in this version, there is. Anyway, I think it's all right.
Okay. So you all arrive in Red Peak Village, kind of in the early morning hours. It's absolutely depressing town. There's just kind of this permanent red aura, which you see in the sky that's constantly overcast. Village, it's always cold too, so not a lot of friendly villagers. People are just rushing to try to get from place to place without freezing outside. If you talk as you make your way in, people stare. But they don't really, try to engage with you. Like most other villages, it has kind of your standard amenities, an inn, kind of a shop, and some other things. Although I will say certain resources here are probably more scarce than in other places. With that being said, is there anything that you want to do in particular here? Or does anyone have any ideas where they'd like to start?
Probably an inn is a good idea always. And searching, just mentioning the name of Lady Fontaine,
Right.
and seeing if that is able to. I'm kind of thinking of a more general kind of ask around, say the name a few times, see if anyone has any interesting stories about Lady Fontaine when she visits this area.
Yeah, that's
do we
what I'm
want to
thinking
say
too.
that we are representative and or?
Yeah, how do you guys want to carry it out? How do you want to portray yourselves?
I mean, she's like dead or now or whatever, and it just depends on whether she was feared or revered here. We don't really know. So I guess maybe mention the name like we're on behalf, but we're not necessarily associated.
Yeah, because she used to come here, right, to visit the, the beast or whatever, or conduct other business. I'm not sure. So I guess we're asking around. Go to the inn, ask around about, or drop the name and see if anyone knows much about what she used to do when she was here, or where she used to go. Is that basic plan?
Yes.
Because this is actually a bit tricky. We don't really know much about what she was actually doing here. So,
does anyone have any kind of forging skills?
I'm a bard, so I am very good at talking to people, but not much else.
Well, I was kind of like, we really should have invested in like getting a forged letter bequesting us to come on her behalf.
So
we don't really know more, just kind of like, we don't really know more than that. We were just told to come here on her behalf, so she didn't exactly explain who we were supposed to see or what we were supposed to do.
No, I don't think Jacob
right now we could say, but
Jacob didn't know the reason why he came here.
Yeah.
Why she came here.
Yeah.
She just knows she went up here once a month.
That's what I'm getting at. Is I could very well see someone saying, "Well, what? She didn't tell you?" Well, we're certainly not going to. It's like we don't want to double cross in case, kind of, especially if she was feared.
What kind of skill would that be to forge a letter of some kind?
I believe would be a deception-related skill.
Yeah, it's included under deception, forgeries. Yep.
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
Forgeries.
Which attribute kind of is it like a charisma, a dex, deception, or?
I think it would be a charisma, probably. Well, let's see. If you're forging a letter, I would actually think it might be an int-based deception check.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever would be considered crafting, kind of. Since you're going to make it, it has to be plausible.
I do have deception, but I have a very low intelligence. That's what I'm kind of getting at.
Probably just
to see if I'm going to be good at it or not.
You can probably just fast talk them, because
that's
you're a bard and you're very, you can probably just use the gift of the gab to kind of convince someone you're here on Earth if you wanted to.
Yeah. Definitely, yeah. I think that's what would be a better idea. So when we mention the name Lady Fontaine, we're here because of Lady Fontaine. Like I start off with that. Can I kind of get a general idea of body language? If that is like that's a terrible name to say here, or if that is a more elevated, elevates the mood.
Yeah,
Like,
you could definitely do that. Yeah, it'd probably be some sort of perception-related check, but you could definitely do that. All right, but just really quickly, as you all enter the town, you're approached with these two guards of wearing these odd red armor. I don't think that many of you might be familiar with. They're completely masked, and they approach and they go, "Halt!
I've got.
What is your? Wait, hold on. They go,
lore.
yeah. They go, halt! What is your? What's your business here?"
We're here on behalf. We're here because of Lady Fontaine.
It's hard. It's a little hard to tell behind the mask, but I won't let you make a roll for this one. But one of the guards immediately kind of like crosses their arms across their chest, and one of the guards glances at the other through the mask, just kind of briefly, and they go, "We don't know of anyone here by that name.
Oh
so
no!
What brings you here? So what actually brings you here?"
Oh no! We're not here to see her. We're here because of her. She apparently visited this village quite often.
They remain silent for just a second, and then one of the guards looks at your character. He looks at Donoso, and he goes, by the sun or by the river?
Donoso doesn't understand what they're talking about. But he's gonna pull out like 2 silver coins, and he's like, "What about by the mines?"
You'll make a charisma check.
It's an 8, not a great success, but it is a success. Is it
yeah?
Is it a persuasion check or?
Yeah, it'd be a persuasion-based check.
I think that's a great success then.
Okay. One of the guards kind of looks funny, and he takes your money, and he goes, "Don't mention that name here again," and they just both walk off.
Okay.
Can I get possibly a general lore or arcane lore or something?
You can do general lore.
Phrase means anything to me?
You can do general lore check, yeah. It's going to be done at disadvantage because it's...
Well, it's already a disadvantage.
Okay, disadvantage with -2 then, in that case.
Okay, it would be a 15, and that would put it essentially to a 13 that I needed to make, so that is technically a fail.
Right. You've never heard of such a phrase. It might be...
Can I give him bardic inspiration on that to give him that +2 back?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, I will do that. So that'll be a success, right?
Sure. So you just barely succeed, and Maarik, you recall that in a tome you once read long ago that it was literally might have been just a paragraph in one of the magic books you were reading, and you recall that it spoke of Red Peak Village and this saying by the sun or by the river, and you recall that there was talks of some sort of vast underground river supposedly being located under the city, which the city thought brought a good fortune, and so kind of saying by the river, it's kind of a way to say, you're familiar with the town, because by the sun generally means something to the effect of, I'm an outsider, I live by the sun, but Red Ridge Village is different, it lives by the river that runs under it. So, someone who was from the area. Yeah.
I seem to recall, now that we've made our way with coin, that long ago there was mention of a place. I'm not exactly sure what the name was, but there was definitely mention of this sun and river, and the sun meant outsider, and the river meant something about you were of the town and you knew the town. So did it come up again? Maybe it's worth a shot. I don't really know.
So what's the plan now?
I was going to ask, are you still planning to go to the inn?
I think we still have to, don't we? I think we still have to ask around, because even though they warned us not to mention the name, I can't see how we can...
Maybe that's a secondary line of questioning now. We maybe bring conversation to maybe get that phrase to be in effect, and then we can give, by the river, and maybe that will loosen the lips a little more. And then we can ask about her.
One other thing before going to the inn, what's it gonna be? Karfumble, can you please have Donoso make a luck will check, please?
Sure thing.
Steve, I'm going to move your token just for a second, just get a view of the well, which is sitting there.
Go for it. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Can we move these ourselves?
What was the result?
It was a 3.
Which is probably a great success.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Donoso, the well is kind of located center of the town, and as you all have to walk past us to go to the inn. As you do, you feel there's that vial you have starts rumbling, and you feel a great wave of nausea, and you even kind of get kind of wobbly and kind of lean towards the well to prop yourself up, but you're fine. You manage to recover, but the vial is still kind of bubbling and almost like jittering in your bag as you stand near the well.
Would I know it's like the source of this is from the vial? Like, is it visibly like, oh, this is definitely from the vial?
You would know that I would put it this way, you would know that the well caused the vial to react kind of violently.
I would know that the well caused the...
You would probably figure, I would think, as you pass the well.
He's not very intelligent.
Oh, okay, maybe not.
Would I know? I'm basically saying, would I be like, okay, this vial is too much problem. I'm going to go give it to Maarik now?
Yeah, because you know the vial is causing you.
Okay, I would know that. It's actually vibrating.
Let's have you do an in check. How about that?
Okay, yes.
That might be the best way to resolve this.
Ooh, natural one. I also have an arcane lore skill if this is arcane. So
yeah, no, you know that it's the well causing the vial to react.
Okay, that's great. Hey, guys, slow down here. I think there's something happening in my bag, and I'm going to take out the vial and kind of have it over the well here when we walk past it.
Oh, and reduce your luck by 1, please.
Yeah, I did.
Thank you.
Totha is just completely has no clue and says, "Stop drinking so much, wizard."
Oh.
No.
It was a bird or rune.
It was a bird, yeah. It was the bird vial.
What were
Maarik.
the other two?
Yeah.
What were the other 2 runes? Just
Bird, the sun, and the beast.
I'll have to get rid of that stupid sun one. My God, that's like outsider blood. All right.
Maarik, any idea what this is? And he's gonna pull out the vial, and it's like slightly vibrating when it's close to the well.
I wouldn't even say slightly anymore. It's
very much okay.
You probably have to hold it with like 2 hands.
Okay. Any idea what this is happening here?
I will go ahead and pull out mine and compare it to his and look at him, kind of to see if I can discern any deeper meaning.
Totha backs
Both
away.
violently shaking.
All 3?
All 3 are violently shaking. Almost looks like the liquid is trying to rise to the top and get out, basically, like trying to push the top off.
I guess I'll go ahead and try well, I don't know if either arcane or apothecary or...
Arcane would be probably the best route here.
Okay. Well, it's all going to be the same. So. Standard disadvantage, so 17, that's a failure. Either way. No! This means nothing to me.
I will say, Donoso, if you continue to keep it out, it looks like the top's almost coming off. So I'm
going to give it to Maarik as fast as possible. Like I'll just kind of push it into his chest, so he has to grab it. So I'm going to basically go join Totha far away.
Good luck.
I'll make a dex check.
All right, go ahead. That passes. I'm pretty sure.
That's just a regular success. So
regular success.
At least able to jostle it enough to not drop it, and then I'm putting them all away securely in my pack. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, I will say you're able to put them away, but as you're putting away the one that the one of the bird that Donoso gave to you, the vial cracks, and as the vial cracks, if the red liquid, which seems to be like blood or a blood-like substance, falls to the ground and it forms into the shape of a snake, and the snake enters the well and goes down it.
Oh.
Ooh.
So we'll lean over to Totha and say, I don't think those are very good luck charms anymore.
Definitely not. He's shaking his head.
But
There's something evil is afoot.
Yes, but look at such magic that has come wrought from this. I told you they were highly valuable. Now there's one less.
Highly valuable to a madman, maybe.
A madman, Your Honor! A desperate fool at the end of his pitiful rope!
When you look down the well, do you see anything?
It is.
Yes, after the secure, I peer down into the well.
It's completely pitch black. Even it's odd because you can see the point as to where the sun would hit kind of like an area which seems to illuminate it, but it seems almost like the light's absorbed into the darkness of the well. Steve, can you make a dex check, please? Totha.
That's a fail, alas.
Oh no.
Ah, shit.
Okay. So as he's kind of peering over the well, this figure in a red robe comes rushing by you, Steve, and he kind of grapples, or not maybe grapples, but puts his hands on maybe like Maarik as to try and push him to the well, and he goes, "One more for the beast! One more for the beast!" And he's trying to push Maarik into the well.
Oh,
it seems like,
I see.
Kind of, trying to shove him. Yeah.
Do we have time to do anything then to like try and
I think
knock him out
that's why I had you make the dex check.
Oh, I see.
I'm gonna have I'm gonna have Maarik make a general strength check.
Okay,
to kind of
well,
see
I
what
did
happens
make
next.
for later, I did get a great success on my arcane lore, but now I roll a strength check, you said?
Yes.
Do you want
Yes,
this to be
sir.
a luck check?
No, just a regular
Or-
strength check. We're gonna see kind of
Okay.
determine what happens.
Well, this I have advantage on,
Yeah, that's true.
but which is good because my strength was low. And
So
I got
6, sorry.
a regular success.
Okay. So he's not able to push you in because you're a large stone statue, but you two are, he's like trying to push you and you're pushing back. So they're kind of in a tussle right now, which gives time for either Donoso or Steve to react.
Hey, wait there. Hold on there, friend. What's this beast that you're talking about?
But he's just frantic. He's just
Um,
chanting over and over again, "One more for the beast! One more for the beast!" And he's still just trying to push Maarik.
Well, Totha will try and knock him out with
Not
a
successfully.
hefty punch.
All right, go for that. Remember, you have your bleed, so
Yeah, okay.
just
All
see
right.
if you can.
Oh, well,
Oh.
that's extremely bad. He can to attack me.
Jeez. Yeah. So you try to punch him, and he turns around and goes, "Another for the beast!" And he pulls out a dagger, and he lunges at you with kind of a sacrificial-looking dagger.
Oh god.
Oh wow!
Oh,
That's a,
natural 19. That's very bad. Well, could be
that's,
bad.
I know. I have to look at the trauma
I would
table.
like
I guess it'd be
to,
blades.
Let's go.
I would like to use my staff, and can I do some sort of like tripping kind of?
I would say from the position. I would say from the position you are, you probably can't. I would let Donoso try to do something if possible.
Donoso, yeah, he'll try a rescue exploit here.
All right, go ahead. Let's make the dex check. See if you're able to.
I
That passes,
have
okay.
a 12 dex, yeah, and then a luck.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it changed. Can you do an initiative check for me, please?
Oh, so it's an initiative with that. So I have 9 initiative.
And what's your roll
Right.
again?
Well, that passed anyway.
Oh, good. Yep.
You rolled an 8.
I rolled an 8.
Yep. And then you
so
rolled
this
18. It looks like
18
after.
on luck.
I think 18 means you fail.
could use a
Unfortunately.
Potentially.
Yeah, I can't use a
reroll
reroll.
as well. Yeah.
Okay, I will try to use a reroll. Down to 2 rerolls. And let's. Ooh,
Oh!
nope. Still didn't work.
Oh,
Not enough. Okay, so let me go ahead and roll on the. I'm sorry, Steve. You're not having a good day.
No.
The barbarian's not having a good
Completely
day.
my own fault. Like, this stupid barbarian throws a punch, hits the well or something, and then gets stabbed.
Oh,
you tripped twice.
you're
almost-
bleeding out.
Oh, God.
Oh, is he?
So 2d. Let me roll 2d6 to see. Oh.
I might have to try and make an apothecary roll.
Oh,
So 4, and then I got to roll the regular damage for him. 4, 3. So you take 7 damage in total, basically. 4 from the bleeding out, 3 from the actual dagger.
For you?
7, okay.
And
Right.
so Steve, he stabs you. Goes, yes, another for the beast. More blood for the beast. And Steve, the thing you notice is when your blood kind of coagulates on the floor in front of you, it actually also turns into a snake and kind of goes and slithers down the well
Oh,
as well
God.
too.
Oh, okay.
Evil magic.
But,
I have my suspicions about this supposed river.
Donoso, I know you did a rescue exploit. Well, let me go back to Maarik. Maarik, what do you do now?
Well, he's running away from me, which means that
He turned away from you to stab Steve. I would say when that happened, yeah. So his back's turned to you now.
Okay.
yeah. So I'll just take a swing attack with my staff, probably two-handed.
Right.
Now that I'm not being thrown down a well, and try and go for like the legs or something, maybe just to
Right.
knock his feet out from underneath him, or
Okay. Let's see if you hit first.
5, which would be a 6. So nope.
Nope. Yeah, not gonna hit. Unfortunately, you try to hit. At this point, the guards will come back and they'll kind of like wrangle the guy in, and they'll kind of give you dirty looks. Well, I guess they have masks on, but you kind of even feel their glare through the mask, and they'll drag the guy off and they'll be like, "Get out of here! Get out of here!" And they'll shove him aside and they'll go, "Can't stay out of trouble for 5 minutes, can you?"
Well, when you almost get thrown down a well.
Yeah, Totha's
What
like,
is
I don't
this?
want that bastard stabbed me, and I'm still bleeding. Like, I've got to... I tear off some
Yes.
my hide and hide armor or whatever, or
Yeah.
clothing, and like bandage it up. Because if I don't
Been
bandage it
here
up, I'm going to
for
die.
5 minutes.
So I
Right.
bandage myself
Yeah,
up.
that's
And he's
true.
cursing. He's going, "What the
Yeah.
hell is wrong with you, Red Peak people?"
And they just go, "Stay away from that well. I don't want to see you anywhere near that well for the rest of the night. Get to the inn." And they kind of like, they don't like they kind of like tussle you, kind of like move you aggressively, like push you out of the way. They kind of push you towards the inn.
Oh, I still want to cast something that would hurt them so bad. I will make I'm going to do an apothecary check to see if
Yeah.
I can staunch. Well, if
The bleeding.
staunch his bleeding or something or other. It's
Right.
supposed to a heal check. I'm not really sure how
Yep.
this is going to work.
It's int based. I think you get disadvantage.
Yes, I do.
It is too.
Oh, you passed.
Oh, thank God.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Actually-
my guy was going to die
Actually,
eventually. That's
a
yeah. So
great-
Totha is
great
very
success,
grateful to Maarik and
actually.
says, "Ha, you are an eccentric one, but I thank you, my friend."
Does he actually? Does these kinds of rolls do they actually gain a healing factor into it, or is it just they
No.
don't lose anymore?
No,
They don't
not,
die,
Because I
basically.
know
Yeah, for that
in
particular
the
injury.
in the travel one, you do gain some semblance of healing, but not necessarily. That's not what this is. So
No, for this
No,
particular
this just
one,
prevents him from dying, pretty much.
yeah, you need an apothecary to work on you to get rid of the injury. So
a little okay.
yeah, so if
So
you
I'd
had
at least
failed,
stop
or,
so you're not going to bleed anymore, but you're not
yeah,
gaining any health
yeah,
back.
no, not healed, but at least I
Yeah.
don't keep losing hit points. Yeah, and if you'd failed, I don't know, I would have had to find another apothecary in the village or something.
We
or,
need to
unless Don can
get
do it.
you.
Yeah.
We need to
Nope.
get you to a bone setter.
Got all sorts of problems. I think we're going down the well, but that's what it sounds like. It sounds like the beast is down there somewhere.
But did you see that your blood was truly magical?
Exactly. That's
I thought
exactly.
maybe
Well,
it
but
was the
Totha
blood in the
appreciates it.
vial, but it seems like any blood spilt. We may have to investigate further.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we
Maybe
may end up
this
going down the well, but
River business has a very different meaning than indicated.
Do you all go into the inn?
yes,
Yes,
I think
I think
still
we go
worth
to
it
the end at
to
this
ask
point.
around.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm
Can
sorry.
we take
Yes.
a short rest now?
Yeah.
Does that count as
Yeah, you definitely
combat? I
can.
mean, I don't know that it really does. It's completely up to you. But
I'll count it. I'll count it. Yeah.
I've lost.
I don't think we
Well,
should.
no.
I'll count it. You can take a short rest if you want.
Okay. Just because my barbarian's
that's
getting a bit blind, a
fine.
bit injured.
Yeah.
So I'm going to make 2 will checks just to see if he can get anything.
Okay.
If he can recover a little bit. Oh yes, actually I made both my will checks, so I will get
Nice.
back 5 hit points. I'm up to 15 out of 21, and I'll get back a reroll because I used one before.
I also am going to get back one reroll. I succeeded on one of my will checks.
Is there such thing as like a crafting roll or whatever?
Yeah, I think it really just depends on the GM and kind of just like probably the player proposes a sort of project he wants, and then GM hashes out from there. Did everyone make their short rest rolls that they want? Everyone who wanted to.
Yeah,
If
I,
you don't
was gonna
have-
say,
you don't
I
have
really didn't use anything or take
Okay.
any damage, so
Alrighty, so I know some people want to start asking questions. Why don't we start with Donoso? So I guess you guys walk in. It's like that typical scene from the bar. You walk in, everyone just kind of stops talking for a second. They're all quiet, looking at the new strangers in town, and they kind of glance back at their stuff, and everything just gets quiet again, and people are whispering amongst themselves. A lot of people in the bar kind of wearing the same red robes or similar outfits as the cultist was outside. They all kind of just try to ignore you, except maybe for the bartender, who does seem to kind of be trying to pay attention to you. Name's Tobias. What brings you fellas here?
We're merchants from Lisbon. We are trying to sell some odds and ends here. We recently got raided, so we actually kind of lost everything. But
yeah.
You know.
So we're looking for materials to take back with us. For
yeah,
He kind of looks at Totha. He goes, "Huh, pretty heavily armed merchants there." But all right,
dangerous roads.
yeah, I don't ask too many questions. Oh,
Well-
all right. Well,
someone's got to carry this stuff. After all, you know how it is.
yeah. Well, what can I do for you fellas?
Well, we might be staying here for a while, so can we get a room for a few nights?
Yeah, that's fine. Rooms here don't cost much. Barely anyone comes up this way. About 5 gold pieces a night for a room.
Gold or silver?
I'm gonna say gold, unless you guys don't have gold. Do you guys not have gold?
We don't have gold. We only have silver.
Okay. Well, let me think. 5 gold is a little expensive for a room. I'll bump it down to
I
50
was gonna
gold
say,
pieces.
it's like, dude, I think that's about all you get.
That's like
You're right. Yeah.
Because the base currency is silver pieces now.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
right.
That's true,
I'm still thinking.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about the patron game, Karfumble.
Yeah.
It's much more plentiful. Okay, how about 5 silver pieces? Let's do that. That makes more sense.
Per person or just for all 3 of us? We all get it because I don't have 5. So I only have 4 silver pieces left after
I've got
private
5 silver.
guards.
We'll all cram into the one room.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can all cram into the one room. Just
I'll pitch in 2 silver pieces, so I only have 2 silver pieces left.
And I'll give him
But, yeah.
3. I put it on the counter.
yeah. Anyway, rooms upstairs. Anything else I can do for you fellas?
So that too. Yes. Is it included with the room?
Is what included with the room? I'm sorry.
Food.
Nah.
Oh,
What I
might
look
need
like you're.
some-
This is a soup house.
No soup for you.
No soup for you!
Well, we're
Well,
pretty
it's-
cheap around here. You get a bowl of grub, of gruel for like 5 bronze pieces.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay. He hands you the bowl. He goes like under the bar and hands you a bowl of gruel. It kind of like bubbles and smells kind of funny, but I mean it's edible.
I'll do
So,
the same.
so
I'll get a bowl.
what's this? What's
Yeah.
this
Go
about a beast I've been hearing? There's some commotion outside.
And he looks at you and kind of eyes you up and down for a second, kind of a little uncomfortably, and he goes, with the sun or below with the river?
Below the river, I think. From what I hear.
Well, if you know about the river, you must know about the beast. And that's what they're talking about, the beast in the river. No other beast we're concerned about in these parts except for that one.
Oh, I thought there'd be a new beast, you know?
With that beast down there ain't no other new beast. That's the only beast here.
I see.
Yeah.
Let's go start eating.
Yeah.
As Totha will walk away to eat as
Alrighty.
well, but as he walks away to eat, he says, "So what's the best way to get to that river again?"
And the bartender just looks kind of funny at you, and he's like, "Why are you all really here?" And the bartender, he'll kind of like bring you over, like make sure no one's watching, and he'll whisper, "Just tell me. We can work something out."
And we give Lady Fontaine's name, and he asked us to retrieve some stuff.
He kind of bristles at the name Lady Fontaine, and he goes, "We don't use that name around here. Has anyone told you that yet?"
Someone
You
mentioned it, but honestly, she didn't explain herself very well either. So we're flying by the seat of our pants, trying to take care of whatever it is she wants us here for.
So she sent you?
No, she's dead.
Oh. Huh, well, probably good news for everyone else around here, although, well, I
I
shouldn't
don't
say
really
too much.
know her connection to here, only that she came here. Whether
he goes,
she was
"Well-"
good for the town or bad for the town. If we can help, we can.
He goes, "Oh, the less you know, the better."
I've got 1
What?
silver left, and I'll
I-
put it in his hand and say, "What's the connection
Yeah.
between Fontaine and the beast?"
Okay, and he looks, and he goes, "Well, first of all, she's not known as Lady Fontaine around here. In fact, the only reason I know she's called that is because, well, the barkeeper, I got years everywhere around this town. They call her out here, or they did anyway, she's dead now. The Scarlet Witch. She used to come here about once a month. Wagon full of, well, she would call them, I guess, people she was bringing to work on some projects up here, but anyone who knows better knows that she took them down to the beast. Yeah. You know, it was a wicked thing she ran around here, but she had a lot of power and influence, and, well, you know, the rulers of this town, well, they're more than willing to get a few sacrifices down to the beast if need be, and Lady Fontaine was, how should I put it, very enchanted with the beast. Almost a kind of religiosity with it.
Is the beast well liked by the townspeople?
Depends on who you ask. Most of them, yeah. When you live with something long enough, you develop kind of just learn to accept it, and it kind of becomes part of the town's culture, and you can't think things would be any other way. But I know different.
Have there been any trying to get rid of the beast? After all, if that would improve living conditions here, it might be
You have-
something worthwhile.
You have better
Maybe
luck
not
moving the
people.
mountain. You have better luck moving the entire village off the mountain than you would from removing the beast from the village. That thing ain't going anywhere.
Interesting.
Yeah. I know you all are different. You ain't merchants, but I don't care. You look heavily armed. This place is a mess. I don't know how much longer our town can last, to be honest. And you know what? With the Scarlet Witch not coming back anymore, that beast could be hungry real soon. And we don't have
When
any
was the last
sacrifices
time
to
she
give.
was here? Is there a time frame that is normal?
Yeah, well, you know, it's funny. I was kind of wondering where she was at. I thought she would have been back this week. It's been about a month, but she hasn't shown up. Figured maybe she's running late. Roads might have bad weather. She's
Is
dead.
there a certain number of people she usually took down?
I never got a good look at how many people, but I can tell you it was cartfuls. I'd probably have to guess between 50 to 100 people she brought here.
Wow.
Okay, so it wasn't 4. Okay, that's good to know.
Is there? We might have to be holding up here for a bit. Is there any odd jobs we can help you out with so we can earn some coin?
He kind of looks around and goes, "The only thing I need help with I don't think the beast, you can't get rid of the beast. But what you can't get rid of, you can still trap. I think we can seal the beast down here. But, well, I've tried. I haven't tried. I've tried to get people to come here and help. Mercenaries, hirelings, really anyone who come by looking for some coin.
Do you know,
but they all failed.
Do you know in general how something like that might be done?
Yeah, collapse of the caverns underneath the town.
Well, that's collapse the town. Actually,
Collapse part of it. Mostly the center. But the center isn't much. Mostly the well, some stuff around
the
it.
only way down through the well, or is there another entrance?
He kind of looked begrudgingly. I think you'll probably need a charisma check if you want to get more out of him in terms of other ways.
Yeah. Donoso is going to try that. Yeah.
Yeah, you can just tell from his body language he's really hesitant.
I was going to say,
Ooh, I'm going to re-roll that.
Yep.
Jeez.
Oh, can you?
These dice are not very good.
You can inspire yourself if your allies are around you.
Yeah, that's true.
18.
Yeah.
19, 20. That wouldn't. I'd only get me to 17, so that's not good enough.
Alas.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
whoever.
so he goes, best way to go is through that well. I can figure out a way you can get through it. Guards are usually patrolling it, but I can make a distraction.
Oh, would this be a gather information? I get advantage when using gather information.
Oh yeah, that's. It's persuasion or gather information, I guess. Yeah, but if you want to do a gather information check, I'll allow it, and you can try to do it with advantage.
Okay.
It's basically just one more roll to see if it works.
Yeah, that's basically one more roll.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh
No.
my god! Come on.
It wasn't meant to be.
It was not meant to be.
Just the well. I ain't get you all down there.
You got some rope?
To be honest, this town's doomed either way. Either you guys seal the beast below, or you don't, and the town gets consumed by the beast. So as far as I'm concerned, well, we don't have much of an option left.
Is there anyone we have to keep an eye out for? After all, sometimes she may be from out of town, but there's someone else that may or may not actually try and run things, that likes the status quo, that doesn't want to see it change.
As you say that, the doors of the inn swing open, and two guards come in. Not the same guards, two different guards come, and as well as one man in a red hood. They start walking around the bar, and the barkeeper looks nervously, and he goes, "You guys have stayed here too long. Or the back exit, rather. Go through the back exit. I'll get you into the well. Just leave now."
I think I've
All right.
answered my own question.
Yep, slip out the back.
All right.
If I see any rope, I
Can
grab it
start
on the way.
moving?
Any rope? Yeah, he probably would, because you go through storage closet in the back, so you all leave through the back. And let's say about 30 minutes later, you reunite by the well, and barkeeper's there, and he's like, "Yeah, don't worry, I made the guards take a patrol somewhere else," and he'll go ahead, he'll hold the rope for you guys while you go down, and he goes, "You'll be fine going down, but once you get down there and land, just be careful, be on your watch." And if you guys are ready, you can descend into the well unless you have anything else.
No.
Okay. Thanks for your help, Buck.
Nope.
Down the rope. Oh, I'll light up a torch before I go down. Or have we got a lantern?
Yes.
I don't know. We probably
Yeah.
don't, do we? Do we?
I think I only have torches.
Yeah, alright.
Got
Did we?
Ooh!
Did I get any sense from prior when I was looking down the well
Did you get
whether
anyone? I'm
there
sorry.
was like magical darkness or anything like that preventing?
There's a general
vision?
trace of magic. You
Okay.
don't sense any magical darkness per se, but when you get down, I'll explain right now that you just got down. When you get down, you land, and as you exit down, it takes a little while. Probably takes about 7 or 10 minutes just to scale down the well. It's pretty deep, and when you get down, you're greeted with kind of this intimidating visage of an entrance. It's a large river below, but the river's red, and you do get a strong sense of magic coming off the river. And you immediately turn, torches lighted, and you see that see this, carved out visage and just kind of this red running river kind of raging below. It must be the river, they were talking about in the town.
Does it look like there's an actual path into this cavern then, or
Yes,
is
it
the
is.
water is literally the only way?
No, there's a kind of like a, how would I put it? Kind of like a footpath that kind of goes around the edge of the water, bends around the edge. But I mean, anyway, you guys land here. Is there any particular thing? I know you guys light torches. Other than that, is there anything particular that you do or you say or?
This silence charm that I have might be useful for one of you guys. you Totha, if you're going to be in front here, or I could hang on to myself.
Yeah, I'm happy to go at the front with I'll have a torch in one hand and my spear in the other hand. Yeah, silence, I guess we'll...
All you got to do is, you got to say a certain word, and then it, apparently, according to what Maarik said, is, makes you quiet.
What's the physical...
It's just a little, stone token.
Okay. Yep.
You can hold it in the palm of your hands very easily.
Yep, okay. So I've got it in my battle gear. He just tucks it into his little pocket, like his breast pocket or something. So he can just quickly activate it if he needs to. Okay. Alright, and then otherwise he's got his torch out, he's got his spear in the other hand, and we'll start going around that path, I guess, unless got any other ideas. But our plan is not actually to try and fight the beast, is it? It's... We want to...
We want to trap the beast, so we want to close... Yeah.
Okay. Alright.
I mean, you can also try to fight it, but it's up to you all.
Violence is always an option.
Violence is always an option.
Remind everyone, I've only got like a normal spear. If this is some weird monster, like I just don't know if I could even injure it. But I guess we got the wizard and got a few runes, so maybe that'll all work out.
So Steve in the front, who's going in the middle?
I'll go. Actually, put the mage in the middle. I think it's probably a good idea.
Okay.
Okay. In case someone sneaks up on us.
So something you start noticing, you all are walking, and it's the river's kind of raging down here, and the river is, like I said, a bright red. Seems to kind of reflect the aura of the general place, and kind of notice your clothes. It's weird because you guys aren't. The river's not splashing on you. You guys aren't in the water, but nonetheless, your clothes are starting to become soaked and soggy and red, for that matter.
I can see why red's such a popular color for the townspeople now.
Yeah.
So what? Our clothes
Don't
are getting
exactly
wet.
hate this. Just saying.
Yes, they're getting soaked. In fact, it's like this deep humidity almost. But it's weird 'cause you guys aren't in the river, or even you're near it, but it's not splashing on you. But just kind of like the aura of this place is just it's making your clothes soaked and red and wet, almost as if it's like mimicking the water. And Steve, can you make a perception check for me, please?
Perception. So I actually do succeed on that with the skill because it bumps me up to 11.
Awesome. Okay. So Steve, you see kind of some movement in the water, and you realize in the water, as you're walking the side, it's just filled.
I get disadvantage.
It's not this big.
Oh, it doesn't matter. I made it anyway. Okay. Because of my eye injury, I forgot about it. Anyway.
So, right. I'm not saying it's this big. They're actually pretty small, but I'm just blowing it up so you can see how they look like.
Yep.
You see hundreds of these tiny little spiders just kind of in the river, and they're kind of just frantically moving in it and hunting fish. And some of the times they pop out of the water and jump onto the shore, but they jump back pretty fast.
Okay, well, he just points that out to everybody and says, don't fall in the water, and keeps shuffling by.
Oh boy.
You all are trying. Yes, you're all starting to turn a bend. I assume that the torchlight's still on, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I just keep it on because otherwise we're blind, I guess.
Sure. Right. At the end, although you do see kind of at the end, so the tunnel itself, you're going to the maw of the literal maw. You're going into it. It's dark, there's nothing in it, but towards the end of it, you do see kind of like some flickering torchlight, so you do notice that kind of as you approach.
Well, I guess...
maybe we should dose the torches?
Yeah. Once we get close enough that we can sort of reasonably safely keep navigating the path without our own torch, I'll turn that off. I mean, we'll douse it, yeah. And just try and sneak up.
They're going to want to have that hand free. And I can see if necessary.
There is a kind of faint red aura here as you approach the as you enter the corridor. It's not as much as a torchlight, but it's enough you can see, like your own hand in front of your face, kind of to that level. But it's just, and the corridor, it's a long, winding corridor. If you guys want, you all make a perception check to see if there's any sort of sounds or anything you pick up on while down there.
I did fail.
I get a success.
Oh.
Ooh.
We'll be right,
Oh, nice.
we'll be right back in like half a minute.
Yep, no problem. Okay. And you do hear kind of almost like a chanting sound, a low humming chanting sound. It's not anywhere near you. It's probably pretty far, but you can just barely make it out.
Does it sound like a single individual or multiple individuals in like a chorus?
It sounds like almost like a small rumble, so it's probably quite a few, probably more than 20. And that's pretty much what you can hear kind of coming down from that end. And then you also hear kind of a slithering sound in the background as well. This one is closer. It's kind of
The sound is closer to us.
yeah, that sound is much closer
Is
to
it
you.
ahead of us, beside us.
Well, I was about to say you hear it and you kind of look around for a bit and then you look up and it's right above you.
Oh god.
And it's, let me see how many of them there are actually. Oh, there's just one. There's just one large snake up here. And it kind of drops down and hisses at you all. And let me see a general reaction roll for this one. So, yeah, so threatening. It's actually just going to be curious, basically.
I will.
And-
I would like to make an animal lore check, if I may.
okay, go ahead.
And
Wow, that's not. Well, which one do you get?
can I get a boost on that?
Yes, I can. I'll give him bardic inspiration.
Okay,
Which would put it down. If it's 2, it would put it down to a 14. Under
Right.
15.
It's 2, yeah. That's 2.
And
Okay.
see if I can know anything about this creature.
yeah. So I mean, at least initially, I mean, it's quite large. It's probably something like 7 to 8 feet. It's quite a large snake. The one thing you do notice about it upon closer inspection, aside from its unusual red color, is that it seems to be made out of blood. The snake itself, like you notice, it doesn't have a scaly exterior. Almost has like a kind of like a liquidy, kind of like melty sort of exterior of just coagulated blood.
Hey, Totha, I think we found your all that those cuts
That's
and
right.
stuff.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's quickly just slip past it. That's what I reckon.
I think so too.
I would kind of take one step forward, not like approaching, but so much as to move out from the group a little bit, and then like do a semi bow.
A bow, you said?
Yeah, and kind of like not looking away from it, but just like not obviously going full to the ground, but just like a slight nod, kind of like a I see you.
Right. Well, it kind of looks at you and then it kind of just slithers back onto the wall. It seems it satisfies curiosity.
And then I would nod and thank it, and wondering if I could pull out one of the vials. And
God, Totha just
Don's
quickly,
gonna put a.
Totha quickly just scoots around and gets out the way, like down the passage a bit more. Like
Don's gonna put a very friendly but firm hand on Mark's shoulder and say, and kind of push him to, so he doesn't get any ideas.
let's see what else do I have.
Okay. Are you going to pull the vial out or are you just going to continue?
He weighs the options and he just kind of like shakes his head like yes.
Okay.
I defer to your great wisdom.
Okay.
There's much more interesting chanting going on down the corridor. Let's go have a look at that.
Yes.
I was going to say, so the corridor here forks. There's a left path and a right path. The chanting seems to be coming from the right. From the left, you hear the roaring of the river. Which side do you choose?
Guess we're going
We could
towards
try checking out what's by the river, and that might be a way out if we need to find a quicker way out.
Oh, that's a good idea.
I make a gesture to the left so that if the snake is around still enough to see that maybe, I don't know, looking at it, maybe it gives some sort of gesture and like, I don't know, just trying to see if it has any inclination one way or another.
No, the snake is just kind of relaxing now. It's lost all curiosity.
Okay,
It's just kind of
so
being a
it
snake.
doesn't really care.
Yeah.
Then. All right.
Okay,
Then-
so left?
Yeah.
Okay. The left kind of goes towards the river. You guys proceed down towards the corridor. And if you can imagine for a second, on your left, as you're proceeding down towards the left corridor, there's a door there. It looks like it has like one of those really large locks on it. You could stop by the door, or you can keep proceeding down the corridor.
I would like to stop by the door, look at the door for, I don't know, does it look like it's
It looks like an ancient
original-
wooden door, like a large oak door, and it has like a padlock, some door, like a large padlock on it,
and
probably the
is
size of
there
your head.
any kind of symbols or any discernible marking on the door of any kind?
No, and you don't sense magic coming from it either.
Does it look like it's been? Is there dust on it? Like it's been opened at all? Or?
Yes, there is. I mean, well, there's no dust on it, and it looks like, I mean, you figure probably someone has a key, they unlock it, they close it again, put the padlock on. It's been used. So,
All right, so something certainly to note. We haven't come across the key or anything, but
And there's no keyhole. It's like a padlock, you said, JD?
No,
No,
okay,
yep,
yes,
gotcha,
my apologies. No, there's no keyhole in the door, just on
Yep,
the padlock.
yep,
It's now I will say the door is slightly splintered. It's not broken open, but it's an older door, so you could probably like peer through some of the splinters and see if there's anything on the other side, or at least not fully, but at least get kind of an idea.
I don't know. I think something's locked up in there for good reason, and probably want to not mess with it.
What if it's
Well-
what if it's loot?
well, the other
Gold.
thing is if they're feeding per se sacrifices to this creature, you would want a place to store the sacrifices until you're ready to use them.
Yeah, can we hear anything coming from behind the door?
Yo, Brad, put your ear up too, just to double check if you're willing to do that.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Does anyone in particular do that?
But well, Totha will put his ear right up to the door.
Okay, I won't require a perception check for this. You don't hear anything really, just the scurrying of rats, but you don't hear like any talking or any persons. Also, like I said before, Maarik does not sense any magic coming from it. Like I said, the door's a little splintered. You could also peer through it very slightly, kind of see a little bit inside the room if you wished.
I would do that. I do have night vision like a dwarf, so there's every chance that I would potentially see a little more.
So you go up next to Totha, and you kind of like look through some of the splinters, and what you see inside, it looks like a bunch of crates. You don't see anyone. It looks like a bunch of crates and a bunch of supplies. And some chests.
So it's either supplies like that, or, I mean, if they had dynamite, this is certainly, or black powder, this is certainly where they would potentially store it.
How are we gonna get in though?
Well, either bust the door down the rest of the way, very noisy, or see if we run across someone that has a key. Either way, we note the door and keep moving. So I'll just kind of like gesture towards the water sound.
Right.
Yep,
And
okay.
start moving along.
So you guys are noting the door moving along?
I think so.
Yeah, until we can
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
open it.
Okay, perfect. Let me get the next scene ready.
I mean, we could use the rune to be silent, I guess, and then bust the door down. Actually, while I think of it. Or,
Well,
I don't know, should we save the rune for... There's chanting going on down the other way, we might want to silence them or something, so I guess that's probably... Nah.
Well, I think that could be a very good idea, but
do we want to use that for a later option? After all, if we find the key in the next little bit,
I'd say we use. I vote for we use it now here.
Alright, well, it's your rune, so let's do it.
Entirely up to you.
Okay.
Okay,
Alrighty, so you use the rune. Go ahead.
Yep,
Go ahead and do a Dark and Dangerous magic roll, I guess.
On a 1, it
Yeah.
triggers a condition, but it's still successful.
Right. At least that's how I've always read it. 1 triggers, but I mean, the spell goes through, but something bad happens too.
yep.
Was the DDM roll done?
Yep, it's a 8, so all good.
Okay. Okay.
DDM goes up to 2.
Perfect. So you guys passed just. Yep. There you go.
only-
So
I only have one question about how that works: is if you're rolling the DDM, who is actually going to affect? Is it
the person who uses the item.
one using it?
Another thing that comes up interestingly with Rune, right, is that magic items, they have the D20, and then because level 3, it's a D8.
Yeah.
And we're, so is it considered a magic item for basically everything?
Yeah, you're right. So I
for
rolled
this
a D8.
stuff, so yeah.
Actually, I should have rolled a D20.
Either
Fine
way.
either way. And yeah, it always affects the person who uses it specifically, not the original crafter.
Okay.
Yep. So we
Okay, so
activate the... what is
You're
it, silent
silent,
trap?
right?
Silent trap.
And you're able to bust down the door just fine. If you, I won't even make a strength check for it. The door is pretty broken. You can just kind of kick it. or
It's just a
something.
matter
And it'd be
of time.
silently, so
Yeah, so
Yeah.
so he basically has to be
silence and also
touching it.
any objects you are touching or holding or creatures. So yeah, he's
Right.
as he's doing it with as he's breaking the door down, he's obviously touching it. So hopefully
Yep.
the plan works and we don't make heaps of noise doing this.
Yep, it works. So you
Yes.
enter this room here. Like I said, it's interesting. There's these large red kind of gemstones, I suppose, up above. And there's a lot of crates and different kind of storage items. And you can all look, if you all want to look through it, I can kind of let you know what's in there. Or none of these are locked or anything. The room itself was locked, but they don't really lock the crates in here, per se.
Yeah,
So-
I guess we're just looking for anything of significance for the current moment. After all, if we're able to get out of here, we can certainly take some of the stuff with us.
Mhm.
So the first thing you guys find is let's say there's about 3 crates. The first thing you guys find is you open the first crate, and inside of it, there are robes, kind of similar to the robe of the guy who stabbed Steve. There's a
Ooh,
bunch of
right.
them, probably like 20 or 30 robes.
Yep.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah, we'll
maybe
certainly
these might
grab
help.
some of those.
Yeah.
Especially if there's one my size. Gotta
Yeah.
have disguise.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll probably all try to change into those robes.
Yeah, we always
Okay.
may as well disguise ourselves. Yeah.
Okay. And then in the other crate, you find 11 pieces of gold.
Silver or gold?
Gold.
Okay, wow.
Nice.
Split up amongst yourselves. And then let me see what the last crate holds. Give me 1 second here.
Who's getting the spare gold piece?
I just took 3, and that leaves
Okay.
4 for each of you.
Uh, 2 for each of us. Okay.
You've got
Well,
so the
they're
last
all
one. In the last one, you find a wine case containing a bottle labeled Red Peak's Finest Red. It depicts a cheery bald fellow raising a glass with a sly wink, and there's also what seems to be a sort of pet snake next to him.
Totha, I think this is just for you.
Yeah, I'll take the wine. What's next to it? A
I
snake.
would,
I mean, I don't want to grab
Yeah,
the
so
wine if there's
I
a
would
moving
wait.
snake in there.
No, there's no moving snake. It's the image depicts a cheery bald fellow raising his glass with a sly wink, and he also has a pet snake next to him as well.
Oh, okay, gotcha. All right, yep. I'll definitely
Yeah.
Totha will grab the
Yeah.
wine and stick it in his pack.
you could, you should have a taste on it. If it's really good, maybe they've like got this rare vintage that we could like corner the market and become wine merchants.
Wine moguls,
No
wine
one knows
moguls.
where it comes from. Exactly. See, it's
Maybe later.
I'm not just I'm using my high intelligence for fun
Oh.
and profit.
Really quickly, just to make sure, is everyone wearing the robes now? Did you all
Yes.
change into it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
There's nothing else in this room of interest. All the other crates are empty. Is there anything else you guys want
We'll
to do?
probably
Otherwise,
try cleaning. Is it possible to clean up the wreckage of this door and put them behind the crates or in the crates? So it's not
you can,
super
but-
obvious.
you can, but at the end of the day, there's gonna be no door on the.
Yeah. It's
so,
just
you
that
can.
it's a little less obvious that this is
Yeah, I
broken
agree.
into.
Yeah, maybe
You
the
could
door's
definitely do
just
that, yeah.
like if you look down the corridor, it might look like it's been opened but not busted. If we
Yeah.
just
That's
clean
true.
up the shards.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good point.
Actually,
Yeah, you go
JP,
ahead and do that.
The spell lasts 2d6 minutes,
Yes.
I think. If I mean,
Sure.
I don't know if we should know that or you want to roll it or whatever, but it does last a little while.
6 minutes on the dot. I was gonna just rule that it kind of might end when you guys are done this room.
Oh yeah, actually, by the
2d6
time we
or
go-
6?
Uh,
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because we
2d6.
had
Right,
to
no.
have spent a certain amount of time on
It is
each one
2d6,
donning
up 12.
clothes.
yeah. By the time we
That's
put
still,
the
yeah,
clothes
it
on,
probably
wine.
takes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good point.
Yeah. So, okay. So you all keep continuing down the left path, now in your robes, and you come across a massive opening. Again, it's you've long left the kind of the man-made corridors. It's this massive cavern type opening. There's red crystals, kind of everywhere. In above, there's the rivers nearby, but there's also even a little bit of lava, kind of in this section of the cavern as well. I'll just put you all down here. And let me also give me a second to do a quick roll as well. You all are dressed in your cultist robes, and you're still, so like I said, this cavern's huge. But from afar, you can see kind of a group of maybe like 3 cultists kind of moving by. Please, sure like that.
I say we keep our heads down and try to pass these guys.
But there is kind of something interesting you see them doing as well. You see, maybe I can draw it to kind of visualize it better. See back here, you see where the red marker is? Back there, you see like the opening to a cave. And I need, well, let's see, what's the best way to do it? You see kind of exit out of the cave. Have this absolute behemoth of a creature. I mean, it's probably, I'm trying to think what would be a good size to like describe it as. Imagine if you put two school buses back to back. That's probably the size of it. In terms of size, and it's a gigantic salamander. I need everyone to make a will luck check.
I think I succeeded. Nice.
Okay.
Got a 10.
Steve, did you succeed too?
No, I'm currently failing, but I could try reroll because I've got all my
Okay.
rerolls at the moment. Hang on. Ah, yes.
How many rerolls do we get?
One per level improvement.
Yeah, +1 if you're a human.
Right. So my main question is: did anyone fail?
I failed, but I will go ahead
Okay.
and use the reroll. And I still fail.
How much did you fail by? Because I could potentially do my last bardic inspiration.
Or no, yeah, 3.
3, okay.
Last.
It's
point then.
honestly, it's not worth it. Keeping in mind, I do have advantage on mental attacks. I have no idea if that plays into this at all, but
Oh yeah, that will play into this. Why don't you? Well, let me take a look at it real quickly. Does the
Yeah,
mage's mental fortitude apply to madness as well, Steve?
Let me remind
There's a
myself of
mental
what it says.
apparatus.
Right, I'm looking here.
and then
It's not a.
I
Oh yeah, it does
think-
madness. It does.
Oh yes, it does.
While
say,
openly
yep.
wearing, you gain advantage
yes.
to resist.
Good
Yep.
point. Good point.
Okay, why don't you roll again to see if your advantage can save you?
it does.
Yep, it does.
5.
Okay.
So that's,
So the
that's actually a great success.
So the creature comes out, absolutely, like I said, probably the size of 2 school buses combined. In terms of width, probably 2 school buses side by side. In terms of length, 2 school buses, one right in front of the other. And it comes out, and not displayed here in this picture, but if you can imagine, it looks like this just absolutely massive red salamander, and it has a mane around it, but the mane is formed of human arms, actually.
So this is like
Ooh.
Godzilla sized.
Yeah. And it comes out, and the 3 cultists kind of just bow down in front of it, and they're kind of just kneeling in front of it, and they're chanting some sort of odd prayers as well in front of the great beast. Like I said, this is pretty far away. It's probably like 100 feet away from you guys, if you can imagine. So they do look a bit occupied now. But this is... I don't think you need to check or anything. This is surely the great beast that was being referred to that lives under the town.
Okay.
Would we be able to see any other exits for the beast to go through, or is it just the cave that he came out of?
As far as you can tell, it came out of there, but you don't know if his... You see what I'm saying? You see the mouth of the cavern it came out of, but you don't know if there's more behind that. Does that make sense?
Yeah. The reason I asked is because we were told to either trap it, and I was wondering if we could trap it some way on this side, or we'd have to go past it to trap it.
Does the
With my bard skill of bardic knowledge, knowing cultures and stuff, would I be able to pick up anything about their chanting?
That's a good... Actually, yeah, that's interesting. Huh, yeah. Why don't you... I wonder what roll. Do you have like a general knowledge lore or something like that?
Yeah, I got general knowledge.
Why don't you do a general knowledge lore?
General lore,
just
yeah.
roll... Yeah.
And a part of this is that it rolls on my my charisma, not my intelligence.
Right.
Great.
Thankfully. Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, awesome. You pick it up and you realize it's not only a prayer, but it's a spell they're chanting. And they're chanting it quite quickly and quite fast, and it seems to be some sort of spell where they're using some sort of transfer. You recognize just the chants themselves as part of a ritual spell. It's both a spell and kind of a song. Does that make sense? It's a song that can be sung, but the song itself and the lyrics and the components of it can be chanted as a spell and by a person who knows how to use magic. And
Can I relay the information that things are saying to Maarik?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So they're saying something weird here, and then I basically try to translate as best I can.
Right.
All right, and so this creature's so big, it can't leave by the way we came in, right?
No.
And
Definitely
but it
not.
did come out of a cave.
Yep.
So I think, and they're casting a spell or doing something weird. The cultists. Do we want to try and sneak around to get into the cave to see if there's a way it can exit that way? And if there is, we want to collapse it on that side. Is that?
We don't really have anything to collapse it with, though.
Yeah, I mean,
That I know of.
unless it was.
Should we go back and...
The roof here, how does the roof... I mean, in the picture, it looks pretty solid.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Is there any signs of, like, cracks or, like, anything like that?
Honestly, it's pretty solid. It's like obsidian, so it's not really something that cracks easily. Not saying it can't be cracked, but kind of natural wear and tear won't really do it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got nothing that could do it anyway,
Yeah.
unless we got some
Right.
kind of magic effect, but... Well, we could investigate the other way, I suppose. At least we know the big beast is in here.
Yeah. I got roll one thing though. As you fellas know, Dark Nature's magic applies not just to adventurers but NPCs too.
Yep.
Maybe they'll kill the beast for us. Damn.
Nope. Okay, so they're just fine. As they chant their spell, they continue to chant their spell. Nothing happens to them in particular. So nothing chaotic is going to happen. So you guys are gonna try to sneak by the beast, or what's your plan? Are you just gonna walk by it?
I think we're gonna go back and see if we can see and find anything, because we don't have any way to trap it or collapse the roof on it.
So come back the way you came?
Yeah, back to where that chanting was.
Okay. I'll assume you guys go back the way you came, down the same corridor, passing the door and everything.
Yep.
Okay. Just give me 1 second to set everything up.
I mean, I guess alternatively we could just attack the beast, but it's pretty massive.
Yeah.
Well, I was just sitting here thinking, is there the possibility, in fact, that it could destroy its own, if frenzied enough, as it were, would it destroy its own home?
Yeah,
I mean, after all, if you have something the size of a bus hitting a wall or a column or something.
So there's a couple of these snails coming down, these hammer snails. Yeah, they're blood snails. They probably put them.
God.
And they're coming down, but
call them what they are, blood leeches, because blood.
They are awfully cautious. They probably won't mess with you if you don't mess with them. I just did a reaction roll, so they're awfully cautious. Maybe they're here by the side, and maybe who knows? Maybe it's your intimidating visage, or maybe it's the red robes you wear. But they're more inclined to kind of look at you as you pass by.
That's right, we're in the robes. Yep,
Unless there's anything you want.
Absolutely, I don't want to mess with these things. I reckon we just scoot around and keep going towards the chanting.
If you can imagine for a second, you're going straight, and this is to your left, for example. Let's say you're walking forward. You see this to your left.
Okay.
I just want to describe it to you guys. You don't have to cross this. I'm just letting you know this is a path to the left of you as you go down the corridor.
We're going through a gallery, and off to the left in this gallery.
Exactly. It's a pit, and it's full of these red snakes here. Obviously, now there's another path too. The chanting's still coming up from straight ahead. And then to the left, there's this new path. So my only question is, do you go left or you continue straight?
Does this look like the same serpents that the blood turned into?
Yes.
And there is just like a continuous flowing of these blood serpentine shapes down this well.
Exactly, yes.
Which is weird because it's down, so maybe there's a lower yet where this creature has access to, or this makes sense.
You still hear the chanting, but here there's
getting closer?
Louder. It gets louder, yes.
Okay.
You're getting closer and louder as well. And so you enter, it looks like a bunch of holding cells in this area, at the very least. So it almost looks like, kind of like a jail, I guess, probably best way just to put it. It looks like a holding area. And it's pretty well lit, as you can see. So no need for external light here if you don't want. But as you walk forward, you guys can look into the jail cells if you wish.
Yeah, I guess so. And is the chanting coming from the big door?
Straight ahead, correct.
I would like to look into the very first one on the left, just to see, occupied by people. Are they awake? Are they aware? If they are,
you look in on the left, and you look into the jail cell, and there's no one inside the jail, no living person, but you do see almost kind of this large suit of armor in it, like probably like 10 to 12 feet inside the jail cell.
Ooh.
Is it like fully formed, or like it's off in a corner, like they took it off?
No, it's fully formed in the back, against the back wall, standing on its own legs.
Okay, I'd like to look at the jail portion itself. Does it look secure?
I mean, it's closed. All the doors are closed, but there's no obvious locks in them or anything. You can open the cell if you wanted to, basically.
I would whisper, there's a suit of arms over there. What's on the other side? And I just keeping an eye on the suit of armor.
Yeah. Right. And okay. Let me jump to someone else. Karfumble, did you want to?
No, go ahead, Steve.
Yeah,
Steve, go ahead.
Oh, sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
No. I was just going to say, Totha will have a look in the other one while he'll look down the right side.
Okay.
But that sounds like some kind of bloody.
Okay, the right side.
I don't know. It doesn't sound good, that armor thing.
Right.
Yeah.
So you look down the right side, and I'm just gonna put this here as symbol for the armored thing, right here. Just put that there. So You look down the right side, Stephen. On the first gate, you see a cultist in red robes, but he's laying on his back, and he's missing the bottom half of his torso.
Oh.
And he's groaning in pain. But the odd thing is, you look at the bottom half of his torso. He's still alive. You look at the bottom half of his torso, and it looks like the blood which is spewing out is reforming, and towards kind of in the shape of his leg. It's not fully formed, but it's in the process of reforming. Does that make any sense?
Regenerating lost limbs.
Yeah, slowly.
Slowly, but
Yes. And I mean, you could try to talk to him if you wish. He's
I
just kind of laying there, but
wave the other two guys over. And yeah,
Okay.
look, there's a guy here. What should we ask him? Or should we cut his head off before he reforms?
You look like you've had better days there, brother.
I do this in service of the beast. It's
That
fine.
makes sense.
Gosh.
I think we should cut his head off. Yeah, our extreme party, one of the two.
All right, yeah,
Really
Totha
bad.
doesn't like this at all and just says something like, "Enough of this, witch," and just cuts the guy's head off with his big axe.
I was going to say, I wonder if he knows the Scarlet Witch.
Good point. Okay, so
Yes,
just as he's about to hit him with the axe, I'm sure Maarik grabs his arm and stops him for a second.
Okay.
Not suspicious at all.
He goes, Scarlet Witch? Has she come back with more sacrifices?
Alas,
Not exactly. She is not doing so well, so she sent us in her stead, you know?
You in her stead? Well, brother,
Yeah.
you traveled out of the village to go see her?
Yes.
Oh, well, time's supposed to be desperate indeed.
She's not doing so well. She's bedridden right now, so we don't know if she's going to be able to make it in some time.
We will need more sacrifices soon.
What exactly are you doing?
Brother, how can you be asking that? This is the most obvious part of our cult. Are you joking right now?
Yes, it was just one big joke there. Ha 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 ha. I wasn't serious.
what, pray tell, happens if you don't get enough sacrifices in time? We really haven't been around to witness.
Are you all novices?
Alas,
We know.
That's
Yes,
why we were sent outside the village, really. We kind of
Someone do a persuasion roll. He's getting a little suspicious.
Okay. 3. There we go.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, he'll buy it. I mean, he's cut in half. He's not really going to argue about it.
See, we are novices, actually. I'm surprised you were able to tell. That's why we were sent out.
You don't know anything.
That's why we were sent out to the village to go see the Scarlet Witch.
Okay, well, if we don't get enough sacrifices,
Already,
the beast escapes, half of the mountain collapses, and the Red River flows out. This is well known.
So is it prophesied?
It is indeed prophesized, and we have good reason to believe so. We have studied kind of the features of this mountain. We believe at one point, long ago, the beast did such a thing. Before later coming back, and the mountain reformed and healed itself thousands of years ago. We believe if there's not sufficient sacrifices, it will do so again. It has also been prophesied should sacrifices ever stop, then this great reckoning would occur. And he looks also back at the bar. You really don't know why I'm cut in half, do you?
As I said, I kind of drowsed off during initiation.
Don't let anyone into the cult nowadays.
Well,
You guys you do seem kind of desperate, yeah.
It's true.
Well, okay. Allow me to. Okay. So, I'm sure they mentioned this to you, but I'll refresh you. You know I'm being cut in half here and currently regenerating. The beast also demands a steady supply of blood, and also to honor its powers as well. So it's considered a great honor for us to deliver much of its blood to the beast, and also allow it to use its regenerated properties to bring us back to full form. This was accomplished by the slicing. Each year, a certain amount of cultists are, sliced, as the name would imply. And when they are sliced, much of their blood flows to feed the beast. And in return, the beast reforms us back again, so that we may participate in a future slicing. I, of course, drew the short straw this year, as you can tell.
Seems like something you would be eager to do.
Well, we are eager to honor the beast, but it does not mean that we are... It's not mean we do not recognize the pain too much undergo. That's always fearful, even if we know we will be reformed.
And how long does such regeneration typically take, after all?
6 months.
Oh god.
So you've been down here for
How long?
how long?
2 weeks.
Huh. Interesting.
I've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
And did he say that the monster also regenerates? Did he say something?
It regenerates them,
borrowing-
basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it regenerates them.
Yeah.
So we were supposed to actually go, I think, the other way to join in with the chanting. Can you refresh us my memory of what the chanting's all about again?
Oh, fool! I don't have time to give you a lesson while I'm bleeding out.
I mean, you don't really have. You have 6 months, so.
Well, I assume it's a little hard for me to tell since I am here bleeding out in service of the beast. I assume it is the daily ritual, our daily ritual in which we give word to the beast and give praise to the beast and give praise to the beast creators. That's what I would assume the chanting is coming from. Surely, since you have 2 legs which are functioning, unlike me, you can walk over there and find out.
Yeah, I just didn't want to seem dumb, you know?
Right.
Too late for that. I mean, yes, of course, I understand.
I mean, you will be able to walk around and tell people, though, you know? So.
Any other questions?
No, not for this guy. So our original mission was to, if I remember right, from Jacob Fontaine, to find out what was going on with Lady Fontaine and the beast, and we've sort of uncovered that now, in the sense that what she was helping provide sacrifices to placate the beast and apparently stop it from bursting free of its cavern down here.
Right.
Do we actually?
The only thing I would say
the
is,
beast?
I would add just one thing. That's indeed the mission, of course. You probably need to bring back some sort of proof to show you've been here or something like that.
Right.
I would guess. I don't think I need to I don't think it's metagaming, but you guys probably look something for a log of people, because this cult where log people came in who they sacrificed, stuff like that. So maybe a counting log or something which shows Lady Fontaine was involved with this.
And if we don't do anything about the beast, sounds like the town's kind of screwed.
Yes,
that's true.
It also sounds like we can't really trap the beast in,
unless we can
because that's going to be
some
Yeah.
other way. But
it's true. Your original mission was just to kind of find out what was happening and maybe provide some proof to that regard.
Okay.
Obviously, testimony won't be enough. But yeah.
All right, that's good. So okay.
I walk up to the cultist. And
What's that?
I walk up to the cultist and prepare to ask another question. So, have you tried the slice of a slice?
What does that even mean?
I slit his throat.
Oh. Was it?
Just watch to see if he starts regenerating again.
No, he's dead now at this point.
It was all in the name of
Can't slice the head off. But as that happens, the animatrons, because there's more of them actually in the other cages, they wake up and they begin to bash against the cage doors. The one right here, this door was kind of open, so it begins to step out as well.
I say we go find out what that chanting was now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Quickly go.
If you guys want to go find out what the chanting is, you'll probably have to try to escape because the animatron's coming for you. The other one's trying to break through the gate currently.
We will make a fighting retreat, I think.
Okay. Because there's a total. I mean, I know you guys are making a retreat, but I'm just trying to see. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 of them.
Yeah, we run.
We run.
Yeah.
Run away.
Yes, party retreat. Found it. Okay. I don't know if it's changed.
No, it's the same.
LFG. Okay. So let's see. Chase. Okay. You guys are pretty close to each other, so there's not as much of a gap. Okay. All right. Who's leading the chase for you guys?
Oh, what's the chase? Is it chase? Do we have to make a roll to retreat at all, or is it just a chase?
I think we're just starting the chase.
Okay.
I'm not gonna have you make a roll retreat. Just start the chase. So let's see. So who wants to? There's a leader for the chase essentially. So
I nominate the barbarian.
Right. Totha's leading the flight. No worries.
Okay, you gotta make a con athletics check. Then.
Okay. Here we go. Yes. Made it by 3.
Oh yeah, so you succeed in the first leg, I believe. Okay, let's see. Let me roll the chase events table. Okay. I got 14. So let's see. Cross path. Okay, so it looks like it's cross path. A random chaser gets lucky with a shortcut and catches up to a random quarry lagging behind. Each character may make a single melee attack against the other or take some other action before being separated again. So a random chaser if I understand correctly, it's a chaser. So I guess one of the golems catches up. Would I be reading that correct? Okay. So one of the golems catches up. I guess he's gonna try to smash one of you. That'd be my guess. He's in the front, so I'm guessing he's catching up to one of you two in the back. Let's see. Even number will be Karfumble. Odd number will be Maarik. Even number is Karfumble. He's going to try to smash you. So let me go ahead and roll. What's your AC again, by the way?
13, I think.
Okay. Well, he actually he can't hit you. So he tries to smash you. He just instead smashes one of the walls nearby, and thankfully you escape. Yeah, I don't know if you want to attack or just keep running.
I guess I'll attack.
Ooh, natural 19. What's your? You have an axe, so I guess.
Yeah, it's an axe. It'd be probably one of my 2 axes.
Right. So let's see. Natural 19. What's your? So what's your trauma roll? I guess. Are you on
1d12 blade. Ooh.
Number 1.
One is, let's see.
Pinned.
Oh, that's really good, actually.
Pretty points. A strength check.
Well, I would say he's pinned for now, so and then he can try to get unpinned later. But he's pinned for now. That's really good. Wow. Okay. I don't think that could have worked out better, honestly.
It's been rolling really well.
Yeah. Do you want to roll damage too, just to see how much damage he takes?
Yeah, sure. 2 damage.
What are the odds? 2 damage. Okay.
Mainly the idea was, I guess, to pin him up against something.
Right.
Yeah, that's cool. He could be like, he could drop out of the chase possibly, because he's been pinned or whatever, and as we all keep.
I would think so.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I was thinking if he pinned him, the corridors are pretty narrow. That probably ends the chase by himself. Because if you pin the guy and block the corridor, the other ones probably won't be able to follow without knocking him over. Let me see if they obliterate him, like tackle through him, or a little more considerate. Under 50, they obliterate him. Over 50, they stop their chase. Over 50, they stop their chase.
Oh, nice.
And they can't, anyway, they stop their chase, and you all actually run towards the end. You run to, kind of this private little hovel or room, and the chanting is really loud right now at this point. I mean, it's probably coming through the wall next door somewhere. But you all...
Can we take a moment to catch our breath?
Yeah, of course.
And do a short rest?
Yeah. Go for it.
Okay, good plan.
Ping. Okay, one success.
Oh. I can get a little bit of hit points back from earlier wounds.
Let me know when you all are done with your rolls for your short rest.
I'm done?
Yep, I'm done.
Okay. So you go ahead and you run in, and you see there's one cultist. He comes into the room, and I don't freaking Don Power Wash.
he's coming to clean, obviously.
Clean ACR.
That one guy said to come in here and take care of things while he's regenerating.
And so he comes. This looks like an older priest. You can tell by his robes that he has some interesting markings that are a bit distinct from the other robes. Looks like an elder. He goes, "What are you novices doing back here?"
Well, there's a lot of different paths here,
You should be at the ritual.
We were just hidden there, actually. That's why we're here.
Through my chambers?
We kind of got lost. I'm sorry.
I told you, Larry, it was the other way.
I know. I was so sure that it was getting louder this way, so I thought we were going.
Of course, mister, I'm almost not a novice anymore. Gotta show me up.
Well, that's fine. But if you're going to run through my chambers and be late to the ritual, you're going to go ahead and participate in the ritual.
Oh, no. We're not being late. We're just
yes,
a little bit tardy.
You're going to participate in the ritual. Don't worry. We'll get you a good spot there.
Oh, God. Do we see any books or ledgers in here, JD? If this is one of the more... Senior,
This is probably where it would be, honestly. Yeah.
Okay. Well...
And how close is he to the door?
Yeah, if you guys can imagine, you're next to the bed. He's in between the beds. Kind of, if I can rearrange a little bit. You guys just came through the door here. And he's
Can I go up and kind of be a distracting nuisance to him while...
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely can. Just go ahead and do you have a deception type roll or something?
Yep.
Yeah, do that. See if you can just kind of perform some trickery, distract him.
Let me redo that. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
17. I'm going to give myself a bardic inspiration.
Okay.
So that's success.
Okay. So what are you doing to distract?
So I'm basically going to be like, well, there's no reason to get all hasty here. I'm going to kind of get a bit closer to him and just be make it so that he only is really focusing on me, while the other two, I don't know, do something
we're
else.
We're looking
Yeah,
for
he
a
could just
ledger or scrolls or book or something to quickly
right.
tuck into
So
our
he
robes.
he's there with Donoso. He's just going off of him, berating him, just paying attention. Like, you complete fool! You complete. He's just gonna berate him over and over again. Pretty much every insult under the sun. Totha, make a perception check.
Okay. Oh yes, because I'm actually. Oh yeah, so even,
very
even
nice.
at disadvantage, I still made it. Just a normal success.
Yeah.
Normal.
So you see, tucked in under one of the beds, quite large. I mean, you can tell it's a ledger for sure. It's slightly open, and you can see it kind of has a list of kind of. You're just thumbing through it. I would take it, and you're like looking through it, and you see Lady Fontaine's name there. You know, parentheses Scarlet Witch, and you see kind of all the names of all the people she's brought over.
Grab that.
And you take it and you put it.
Yep.
And all right. And the anyway, he what's his name? Donoso's still being
signal to
raided.
Dom and say, wink, wink. We got it. Let's go.
Yeah. So, and Donoso's still being braided, and finally the elder cultist says, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna put you straight in the ritual now." And Donoso, you suddenly feel your hands clasped behind your back, and you kind of have these cuffs on your hands in the shape of like blood, like blood cuffs, pretty much, and you're unable to move your arms. And
No.
he's kind of like pushing you out the door at this point.
I'm gonna kind of like look at the other two, like
Okay.
say, like do something.
Yeah, I'll hit him with my axe. I mean, I'll hit the old guy with with my axe if I can.
Yes. Make sure you do 33% chance to see.
Oh
if
yeah.
you miss or not.
All right, hang on. Here we go. Oh, so that.
Oh, you missed.
Might, so 12.
That might hit.
So 33%. That would be a 17 for the AC, but I'll roll the. If that possibly hits, then I'll roll the mischance.
Right.
43. I think I'm okay.
Okay. So you you're fine. So you what was your roll? 17. Fine.
Yeah, 17. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. You definitely hit. You want to roll the damage?
Okay. Awesome. +2. 4.
4. Okay. So you go ahead. I forget what weapon do you have? An axe? I take it.
Yes. Yep.
You go ahead and you give him a good whack in the back of the head. And actually, let me roll for his HP really quickly here. Wow, you kill him.
Oh,
Dang
shoot.
it! I had this cool thing that was good. That's okay.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, did he cast a spell?
Yeah, he did.
What
guess
did
I
you
got
hit him
rolled.
with?
1d12 for him too.
An axe?
Maybe he'll
No
summon
DDM for
a
him.
greater demon, kill it all.
No DDM for him. I just checked. So yeah, you get him with an axe. And he drops to the ground, and
Are the robes ruined?
yeah, they're sliced.
You know, screw it. I'm gonna take the robes off, and if I can fit into them, I'm gonna put these robes on.
The other thing you do see is his blood begins to coagulate, and then the snakes formed out of his blood begin to go to the ritual chambers. And
Yep. And then so now I've got these other more prestigious robes on, and we still have the other robes on. And do we have the book?
yeah, the only thing I will say is those snakes that coagulated from his blood went into the ritual chamber, and now there's a lot of commotion and murmuring
We better run.
because
That's what that sounds like.
yeah. Well, which way do you want to run? The direction of the ambitrons or in the direction of the ritual chamber?
Oh god.
So our way is effectively blocked off.
I mean, yeah, I mean, you can run through the Amatrons. They can't even be reasoned with. They're just metal.
Do we have any idea if the Amatrons would attack the cultists? Do we have any inclination about why these guys were locked up?
I think they would.
Does anything in this room give us any information, I guess?
I'm pretty sure the Amatrons would, just because you killed the cultists in front of them. It's more, yeah.
Mhm.
I think they definitely would. I will say, probably metagame a little bit, but I will say the Amatrons probably can't be reasoned with. The other cultists, maybe. At least so.
Well, okay, so I have a plan, theoretically. So, just basically, now that I've got these robes on, maybe they won't necessarily right away be able to tell it's not him, and that we can just go ahead and or maybe it's, instead of me, it's Donoso that has on the robes, and we're novices, and he's like scolding us and telling us to keep moving, we're under attack, or something like that. And maybe, it's like, hurry, go. They're in the cells, or something like that.
My idea is that we make the Amatrons out to be the ones that killed this guy.
Yes, they're malfunctioning
I mean,
or
we
something.
could just as easily.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's a good one actually.
Okay, so we don't do that. We're carrying his body out and towards them and say, "Quick, hurry! The animatrons, they're acting
They've
up,
gone
or
rogue.
Yeah.
kind of a thing."
Yeah,
Although,
I'm
did
gonna
any of
basically
the
try to carry this
animatrons
guy.
have an actual weapon, or were they just weapons onto themselves? After all, if all they can do is bludgeoning damage and it's a slap,
Right.
But we might
Well,
not need to
I mean,
take
I
the
don't-
body. We can probably just like burst into the room. Oh, the animatronics
yeah,
are
we'll
attacking.
give it a shot. We'll have to just
Point backwards.
play it by
Okay.
ear if that doesn't work.
Yeah, I think that's what
Okay.
we're gonna do. Basically,
Alrighty.
we're gonna
Okay, so
burst
we'll-
into the room and say the animatronics are attacking. Oh boy.
So if you can imagine, you guys came from the left, right? So you guys came from like maybe a different color side from red. You guys came from the left here, and then behind you, like you see, you walked over here, ran over here, and behind you would be kind of the path to leave out of this room. But before you do that, there are of course quite a few cultists in here. You can imagine there's probably something like 20 cultists in here alone. And
the animatronics, they're attacking.
yeah, they're all startled. They're like, "What is going on?" And
They
yeah,
the
go ahead.
animatronics.
smashed.
They
We
ahead.
killed.
barely made it out. They smashed the guy. They killed the elder. We just got here, and this place is just totally falling apart.
The
Go
beast
ahead and
must
roll.
be mad.
There's not enough sacrifices. We're having to cut ourselves just to keep things from going to pot, and now the things are attacking. We barely got out of trying to assist the other guy, and they killed him.
Go ahead and roll persuasion. One person.
I guess I'll do that.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Ooh, that's just 666. That's success by one.
Okay. So one of the cultists in the middle goes, "You two, all of you, go back up. You know, go back to see the animatrons. Make sure they're stopped." And then this one in the middle will go, "Brothers, we have to continue the ritual. Please assist me to complete the process." And he'll leave two other guys here with him, and the other ones will kind of just. So there's three of them now, basically. The other ones want to go check on the animatron and everything
You
else.
tell us the words. We'll do the slicing.
Okay. And so they're gonna kind of ask you to come complete the ritual with them here, and they'll all go up. They'll start kind of chanting the words, and they'll beckon you over to kind of like join them in the same formation to begin chanting with them.
It's not going to be long before those other cultists realize it's all a ruse.
Yeah, so I say
Can we just run out the exit?
The back.
Did you say the other exit?
Yeah, you
was
can try to
down
run
sort
out the
of towards the bottom
Straight down.
here somewhere.
Yes. It's
here.
no, it's like straight down there. Yeah. See.
Yep. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Just back. Yeah.
So these guys are turned away from us.
Yes. As of now, yes.
Okay.
Okay,
They're
I
starting the
have a
ritual.
potential. I gotta read this spell. So I tell I whisper, turn the other way.
Turn away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know if this is how this works. And now I need to conjure a spell. So how does this work?
Which spell are you doing?
Gabbling of the Jade Moon.
Oh yeah, it's just an int check to cast.
Yeah.
Like normal.
Alright, so come on, Nelly. Ooh, okay.
Nice.
So that is just a straight success.
Okay. So I need to make a will check, pretty much. Let's see.
Right, so I conjure an apparition aimed out towards them, in front of them, far away, of an alien emerald green moon. Creatures within close range that look upon the moon at the time of casting must make a luck will save or be overwhelmed by pure madness.
Right.
So I kind of read that as you have to be looking at it when it comes up in order to be affected. If the spell takes hold, roll 1d4 for the effect. Affected targets will defend themselves if attacked.
Okay.
And
Well,
that's
let
for
me see.
2d6 minutes.
except for one, all of them. So one of them is actually going to pass, but two of them are going to be affected. I'll do your DDM roll though.
Let's see.
So-
And is the DDM was that the D20 or?
It's a 1d8, I think.
Yeah, D8
D8.
for casting at your level, I think.
Yep.
Okay, an 8.
All right, raise it by 1, but yeah, you're fine. So you cast it, and two of them, I believe, are incapacitated. Not mistaken.
You have to roll 1d4 for each.
Right, for the effect.
Which I guess
Let's see,
do
yeah.
you want to roll?
I'll roll. Yeah, I'll roll one for each. So 3 and a
1
2.
and a 4. Attack
Oh, 1
caster
and a 4.
and allies in a berserker fury. Where of them otherwise roll, and the other one silently attacks each other with wide and vacant eyes. So
Yeah.
one is
One turns on you, I guess. Attack caster and his allies. Berserker Fury.
and then
Aware
one
of them.
attacks that. So theoretically, you could have one trying to attack me and the other trying to attack
Right.
me that wasn't affected.
Right, and there's a third one who's just confused and attacks.
You're like, what the hell is this?
Alrighty, why don't we roll initiative then? Why don't you roll initiative, Maarik, since you're kind of leading the charge here.
Did not get it.
Right,
my-
okay.
My number is 15. So
Right, so let's say the one in the middle is the one that's attacking you. He's going to go first.
oh wait a minute, where's my character sheet?
Oh, wow, he rolled a 20.
Got worse than me, so I guess.
Okay. So yeah, I guess.
you get to go first.
Well, no, I think how it works is you need a success to go before the monsters, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
actually,
So yeah,
you're
he
saying,
goes,
JD,
but
you
the
just
20. Yes, 20 for his attack. Yeah.
Oh.
Can you remind me real quick how crits work again? Is it just full
It's
weapon damage?
Max damage, yeah.
Max damage, right? Okay. So okay.
I mean, for players, you
let's
also
see
have
the
half your level,
cultist.
but for NPCs, it's just max
Right.
damage, to keep it simple.
It's just max damage. Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. Well, he goes absolutely insane and lunges at Maarik. Let's see what's his max damage here. His max damage is a 4. So he goes and he just stabs you straight in the chest, and he's in a mad fit of rage. He just goes, "I will die for the beast," and stabs you. Take 4 damage, and your blood, of course, begins to coagulate at the bottom and forms to a snake as before and slithers away. Now the other one, let's say the one to his left is the one who's going to attack him. Let's roll for him. He rolls a 7. He's actually going to miss, so he just stumbles over and just kind of misses. Steve, I really like the new initiative, by the way.
Oh, good. Well, it's quicker, I think. What was the main?
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like it. Okay, next is Maarik. Maarik, you're up. Oh, actually, no, there's one more cultist, actually.
So one was confused, one missed, and then one is.
I think this guy is probably going to try to stop the guy from stabbing you, because he's not really sure what's going on, so he's probably going to attack the guy who was stabbing you. He still thinks... He also rolls 7 and misses. Okay. Alright, now Maarik, you're up.
So, is the moon still here?
Yes.
Effect? Okay.
Okay, so I will go ahead and extract my dagger,
Okay.
and it's like, that blood is mine and mine alone. And I will use the runic etchings in my dagger, and I want to cast Blast of Frozen Ruin, and it's a cone-shaped area, basically straight out from me, up to a close sized at its widest point.
Yeah,
So I think
you
that
can.
would actually get all 3 of them.
Yeah, you can hit them all.
And
You know how much damage it does?
Well, it says target suffers 1d6
Okay.
damage per caster level. So
Is that your
theoretically,
runes? Yeah, is that your runesmith spell? Okay. All right.
Yes, it is.
Roll a 1d20 since it's an item.
Alrighty. 14.
All right. Raise it, and go ahead and roll the damage.
Alright, let me get the.
I gotta say, runesmith seems pretty handy.
Oh, that's not bad. That's raises it to 4. Okay. Oh, didn't want to do that. And then that's going to be. Am I right in understanding? I'm a 3rd level, so I'm 3rd level. Oh, 3 levels of casting.
Yeah,
Is
yep,
that
yep.
How this is working? Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
so,
Yeah.
The usual sort of, D6 per level.
So this is going to be. Each individual has this amount of damage and a luck dex check saves for half the damage. And
Well-
fail save the targets are also quasi frozen.
Well, the damage. I honestly just wipe them out. So why don't you just roll for the damage?
Yeah. So 8 damage.
Yeah, I mean that wipes him out. So your frozen blast just completely destroys him and wipes them all out. I guess that's it. That's a solution right there.
Let's run
And then I
before the
walk
others
up
come.
and
Yeah.
carve. I just start carving in each of them in symbolic,
God.
like you took some.
Well, I don't think we have time.
Yeah, we grab the wizard and drag him with us.
Yeah.
I'm not saying like I'm spending 5 minutes on each carving. It's kind of like a slash on one, a slash on another, a slash on the last, kind of like symbolic. You took from me, I take from you, and then we get the fuck out of here.
Right. Oh man. Okay, so my I have 2 questions left. The first is, I'm sorry, this has gone longer than I anticipated.
Not a
That's
problem.
my fault.
It's been in blast.
That's my fault
totally
because
fine.
I didn't time the adventure correctly. The second is, it might be a little anticlimactic. There is more of the dungeon to explore, but if you guys, so here, my only question to you guys is: are your characters going to try to do anything else with the beast, or are you guys just to try to leave the dungeon basically at this point?
I think it's pretty clear that unless there was a specific way that we could assure that it's collapsed.
Okay, so the general plan is, and I apologize, it might be a little anticlimactic, but since it's a one shot, and since I know we're running up against 4 hours,
As far as Totha's concerned,
I might just say that,
yeah, they've like we managed to get the ledger. We basically completed the mission.
Right.
We didn't destroy the beast or whatever, but that was just, it was such a massive creature.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I reckon we would have died trying to do it because there's still more
Yeah.
cultists, there's
Right.
animatronics, there's the beast itself. God knows what else is down here. So, as far as I'm
Right.
concerned,
Yeah.
it's a win. We got the ledger. We know what went on. We can go back and get our
Okay.
gold. I mean, if we get out, if we can just
Probably
like,
tell
run there
the
and tell somebody.
tell
the
people who
upper-
can that.
So my last remaining question is: do you guys want to play out the rooms you're running through, or are you okay with just saying you return? You manage. We maybe can do a roll to return, sort of, but I guess that's what the
think
option.
Yeah, I'm happy to wrap it up
Right.
with one roll or whatever you like, JD, because I know it
Yep.
must be like
I think
11 PM or something, or 12 PM for you guys.
Hey, it's almost 10.
Yeah.
No, I just it's good. But we'll do a roll to return, and then I'll have group 2 come in, and maybe we'll do this again. And if there's any slots that open up, everyone wants to jump in on group 2. There's an
definitely.
open slot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then actually, if they can't complete it, maybe we'll have one final session where everyone comes back a third session just to finish it. So we'll see how it goes. But I think that's not a bad idea. We'll do a roll to return now, pretty much, and then I'll bring group 2 here, and we'll see what happens with them. And then maybe I'll just bring you all back here for a third session, and maybe that'd
be great.
Sounds cool.
Now, Steve, there's no roll to return table like in LFG, right?
There actually is one.
Or TOA. There is one. Okay,
Yeah,
excellent.
Somewhere I've got. There's a back to base rule, which is page 139.
Yes, back to.
Which is sort of, it's intended
Okay.
for hex scrolling, but basically, you know, you could use it for this definitely.
I think so. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Back to base. Okay, cool. I like that. I was about to say that's awesome. Okay, so it's a 2d6. Okay, let me go ahead and roll. A hireling or NPC is lost. Huh. Well, you guys don't have a hireling or NPC. I'm gonna roll again to see if there's anything else. 3. What's a 5?
Diseased. Ooh.
Diseased.
Oh,
Think. Let's see who.
it's-
Let's see who gets diseased.
You're gonna be the person that has all the cuts.
some kind of bloodborne disease,
I
obviously.
think we should merit.
you guys know how it is. If it's a 4, I reroll. Wow, it is Steve.
That'd be right.
I
That'd be bloody right.
still wanted it to be Merrick because he's sitting there walking around with these vials.
It can be you if you
Okay,
want.
well, let me find the disease table. Let me find the disease table right here.
Roll 1d12.
Page 130.
Well,
Let's
that's
see.
that's
Page 1, thank you.
long.
A D12 again. No, let's see. It's a 1D12. Yes, thank you.
That's bad.
That's a 9. That's a 9.
9.
Slowpox. Slowpox.
Ugh.
You know, you did fall like 3 times and were
it's-
smacked in
yeah.
the face with the
It's only fair,
were
really. I've
bleeding
got all
out. I stopped it, but we never got it looked at. So now
Yeah.
you've actually contracted this.
Let's see.
I guess you need to. So you need to roll like a 1d6 to see how long into
Okay.
the journey back it started, and then
That's not bad. I need to roll 1d4 to see how many days it lasts to begin with. 2 days.
2 days.
2 days.
Right. Okay. Let's see.
A luck
On
con
the,
save.
on the first day, you lose 3 strength, and then
Wow.
and now you need to make a luck con save. Can you make a luck con
Okay,
save?
yep,
Con
yep.
save, please, Steve.
Here we go. Oh, my luck is... Yes, that is fine, because also I get +2 for con. So I made it, just.
Nice. Okay, if successful, disease subsides and no further decline over 1d6 months. Okay. Well, Steve, you lose 3 strength, though. A
That's
character
why we
that's
don't return.
a
That's why we
character
have
that
to
survives
send
may
them
permanently lose 1 point of charisma. Is the strength loss permanent, or is it
No,
come
so the
back?
strength
I
loss will
assume?
come back after D6 months.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I
But
see
you
what you're
might
saying.
lose a point of charisma.
Okay.
We'll probably call it like 50%.
Let me see if you lose. Yeah, let's do 50-50.
Okay.
Under 50, you lose. Over 50, you
Right,
don't.
Yep. Gotcha.
Over 50, you don't lose it.
Ah, nice. All right. Very good. I already got my minus scar.
Okay. Okay.
That was one
Steve,
that
your
caused
character
all
got the
problems.
worst brunt of it.
Yeah.
He definitely can take a few hits. He's got a
puffing
blade.
all over the place.
Yeah. No, it's all right.
He geez, he tripped twice. Got stabbed by thorns. Got attacked by a forest beast. Got stabbed by a cultist. Was bleeding out to
Hey,
death.
how come I copped it all?
Yeah, I don't think I got a single hit that entire game.
I know.
I think you should rewrite the when tests like that come up, like a true, it's not a luck test, it's a consult the bones, because that's truly what it is. My God, that's killer. How many times did that come up, and it was just like, oh my God.
You
Oh,
know
that
what's
one,
crazy?
yeah.
That item you found randomly, it's not something I planned for, those 3 vials, but it just works so well with the
So-
module I'm
Oh
using.
my god, it totally
Do
did.
they
I mean, what
do
a,
they
yeah, that was
inherently have any ability?
What's that, Flyguy?
Are they inherently useful in some fashion? Are they potions or?
I kind of decided that they were blood samples taken by the cultists to kind of experiment with the beast.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
yeah.
That's why I was half tempted to take them out. Like, just the fact that they're being given would grant some
Right.
sort of like.
Yeah,
like
they have.
like an animal companion, blood dragon, or something like that.
The plan was they would have an effect on the beast, but obviously, yeah, it was no, the game feels really great. I mean, I don't know what feedback you've gotten so far, but I mean, I liked LFG to begin with, but it seems like it's even quicker and more fluid now. So
Mhm.
I'm a
Oh,
huge fan.
thanks, guys.
I really am.
Yeah, no, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it. No, thanks,
Well-
thanks JD for running all that, and definitely if there's any free slots on the if you get that other session up and going, I'm happy to jump in, or I'd even just be happy to just like not play necessarily, but I can record
Listen
it.
in.
Okay.
Oh
yeah.
Anyway, whatever. I'm happy to be
Or-
involved. However you like, that would be really awesome. But thanks for taking the time, and guys for
Thanks.
having me on.
Do some,
Yeah, it was really good.
Of course.
I
Maybe-
mean, we succeeded, right? I mean, the barbarian.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you guys
that
did.
was
You guys
great.
did
We got the
succeed.
ledger.
Absolutely.
We're getting that money, and the beast. Someone else can sort out the beast.
Yeah, that's the plan. All right. I'll see you guys later. I'll let you guys know what develops with Group 2. Have a good night.
Okay, good night.
All right, see you guys.
all right.